I used to do training with Lawrence Okoli and O'Hara Davies.
Yeah.
This was like 2016. And I ran a 7.0 60 meter then. Man go gym every day and their heart rate, if you do 10 reps and sit down and wait for 2-3 minutes, you're training your muscle, but you're not training your heart. Remember there was a time in the rave scene where it was hard for black people to get in and stuff, or there's loads of fights.
Yeah, 100%.
But to be honest with you, I agree. Eubank, AJ, and Amir Khan. And AJ is asking me bare questions about grime, at the time. This is before AJ was champion and whatnot. And I remember, so we're talking about grime and clashing and whatnot, and Eubank's just put the sleep thing over his eye, put the headphones in.
Eubank's a G.
Yeah.
Brother.
You want to hear none of that.
Brother.
You man just...
Winners talking.
Why? What's he saying? He saw a UFO.
No. I can't. So what's your take on this? I saw something the other day that was basically saying UFOs are fallen angels.
I don't even go that far, man. I don't go that far.
Fallen angels because basically what they're saying is that
we have like
the land.
The army base.
Yeah. I know
so
exactly.
There's something going on.
Yeah.
But I've seen them chasing things at speeds that. That's not human. That's not like what we know.
It's not a horse.
Yeah, but they're probably training drones.
Bro, I'm telling you the speed.
Oh yeah, I know you're a realist. You're like I know if you and Sammy chat, they're like, I know if you and Sammy sat there and talk, got bare explanation for everything.
I'm just saying.
No, real thing. But the fallen angel thing, when I was watching the thing,
I've
the way
heard
it
that
broke
too,
it down, it was basically saying that obviously the devil, when God sent the devil down to the earth with the fallen angels,
Yes.
they're what people are seeing running around that are calling them UFOs, but it's really demons.
Feasible.
I don't think
Feasible.
Personally.
Feasible.
Wasn't there a guy that landed somewhere and it was water and things, all them things?
Yeah, I'm not saying there's not life off Earth, but I wouldn't say there's aliens that land Earth.
Yeah, I feel like they landed and they're doing what they want to do amongst us.
You never know, man.
I
don't.
need proof.
There's a lot that we don't know.
Yeah.
We think we know a lot, and we might not even know nothing compared to what's really going on out there, you
I
know.
wouldn't be surprised if it's actually humans that's been on the planet that's mad advanced already.
But they're saying until Area 51, they're saying until Area 51 happened, we didn't really start
That
advancing.
Elon Musk.
With all the technology that we got from that crash.
Yeah, it's
That's
crash.
because you think, if you look at the evolution of life, and up until Area 51, if you look at the 50 years that have passed, how we've evolved so rapid, whereas up until that time, we was just moving slow. Like electric come, then it took man too long to make the steam engine. Soon as that come now, we're just, the last 50, 60 years, we've advanced crazy.
Someone get the door, please. He's there.
We've advanced mad crazy. But I don't know, man.
Grab him.
I get it.
But I don't know, man.
Who knows, man?
Who knows? Right now, aliens and
Mad
they ain't
one.
paying my bills, so
We just gotta keep it moving.
keep it moving. And if they land, land, I need enough peas to cut.
Yeah, literally.
Literally that.
But can't wait because they're going everywhere.
But I'm a cut somewhere with it.
Yeah, they're going everywhere.
Yeah.
Aliens are going. If they land, they're landing everywhere.
Everywhere.
I know in movies they only land in America, but
Yeah. Why is it only Americans get all the fuckery, all the tornadoes? America's a cursed place, bro. Got tornadoes.
But certain times they land. Now sometimes they do the worldwide thing in the movie.
Yeah, but mainly America and South America, because them niggas be getting kidnapped in fucking Ecuador and them places, Peru and all that, all the time.
Literally.
All the time, Mexico.
But that might just be the Americans napping them in some guinea pigs.
I'm
just saying, bro. That
too. I don't put nothing past governments because you see, like,
governments will disappear your whole life, bro.
Whole life. So much money goes into like secret agent shit, like we just don't know about. But then it's like if you delve into it, it's like I don't care enough to delve into it, but I'm wise enough to know that other shit goes on.
Facts.
Because sometimes when I talk to people and they're like, nah, that can't run.
No, I don't write anything off.
I'm like, brother.
I don't write anything off.
What, you think the world is just us turning up and doing this?
I don't write anything off.
Like they don't assassinate a man, or they don't do this, or they ain't got technology that they're not
don't
doing
write
all this
anything
other man
off,
shit.
bro.
Where you just think it's just
Anything's possible, bro.
anything's possible, fam.
I don't write anything off.
Yeah. You say best to stay paranoid.
Yeah, just because you're paranoid don't mean they're not out to get you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's facts.
Big facts. Oh shit, let me put this on silent. Put all these on silent because the last thing man need is work ringing, man.
You're right, yeah?
Big man. Listen, I was just talking about it, we're getting Sheshko, so hopefully, fingers crossed, we're good, mate.
No, he's good.
Yeah, everyone's got their questions, man. Everyone's got their
That's
question
you
marks. But I rather
Liverpool.
yeah, so he's the worst person to talk to at the moment.
We can talk about it if you want to
Yeah, this
talk
is what
about
I'm
it.
saying.
You know, like that.
Always, when they're doing good, they always want to talk.
No,
about
I always
it,
want
if
to
you wanna
talk. I always
about
want
it.
to talk.
All that talk.
I always want to talk. Yeah, slide over that way. a bit,
I've
man.
always said, yeah.
Liverpool fan.
I've always
yeah,
said
yeah.
we've never actually seen an out and out number 9 under Arteta's reign, innit? Like we've had Jesus and all of that, but he's never really gone and got a striker. Like we
I said
spent
to my
80
bedroom
million.
before, I was like, Arsenal have never won anything without a bad boy up front. I've never seen the Arsenal team win a cup in my era without Ian Wright, Bergkamp and Nelka, Henry and Percy. So
All down to Aubameyang.
yeah,
Even
all
down
the way
to
to
Aubameyang,
Aubameyang, that's
back
the
at FA
last
Cup.
man. So unless you fix that, it's never. I don't know what Arteta's doing. I don't know what philosophy he's following.
Yeah.
but it's not the Arsenal one.
No.
Yeah,
he's
please.
following a Barcelona false 19. Like I don't know, like a Pep when Pep had Aguero and all them kind
That's
of
what he's
stuff.
trying to
But the
follow,
thing
but
is, when
he's
he
not
was
Pep.
with Pep and they had Aguero, they still had a bad boy
Aguero's
striker.
still Aguero.
He's still Aguero,
That's what
straight
it
up.
is. Anyway, let's not depress the listeners because we're rolling already. You know? We don't waste time in there.
Straight
Depress
in.
them with you lots, whatever it is. It's winners over here. You understand? Not second place. It's winners. You get me?
Let's not fall out in this.
Come
episode,
on.
man.
I don't want
Anyway.
to chat about football.
Yeah. You don't see two big Arsenal man here,
Yeah, I know, man. But we all our own, man. We all our own. We all our own. We all our own, man.
Yeah,
You
I'm
got to come with
saying.
the Arteta attitude.
Me and Napa back to back will mash up the play.
Yeah, I hear that, man. You do more than your team did this season. But anyway, we move.
Come on.
Special guest in the building, straight in. Understand, the man's part of one of the UK's strongest anthems. Definitely in the top 5 anthems for the UK of all time. The man's gone on to create a space for himself in the business world.
Yes.
The story has to be told, and he's here to tell it today. He's epitomizing what we represent here at Winners, that, you know, it's not always overnight. You know, like that, sometimes it's years of graft and all of that. Napper in the building. What are you saying to me, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Yeah, come on, man.
Totally right.
How's everything?
Everything's good. Working in sport, finally. It's what I've always wanted to do. And just enjoying life. I've always wanted to wake up and know that work don't feel like work.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, man.
So I'm finally getting into that space. Boxing, football, and athletics is my thing.
Yeah.
So that's where I wanna.
Yeah.
That's how I wanna live my life.
Yeah.
Working
Straight.
in the
Yeah, come on.
You're your own boss now, like we were discussing, but we'll talk on it as we go through. But yeah, for those that don't know, let's take it back, original Napper and all of that. Really, let them know, where you from originally, Nat?
Hackney.
Hackney, okay. Yeah, I know
Grew
it's
up in
East.
Dalston and moved to Hummer.
Okay. And when did you get into the music and stuff? Because some people might, because you've had eras now, people might not know.
Yeah.
People might not know, like, you're original grime MC and that. So when did you get into the music?
Well, Neutrino went to my school. I went to school in
seriously?
South
Stop
London.
Neutrino,
for-
man.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah, so I
Hold on,
went
what school was that?
Chestnut Grove in Balham.
Yeah.
So you went to school in Balham?
Yeah, so I got in a lot of trouble. I went to a school called Homerton House, all boys school, and it was just like, I don't think I remember a day I didn't see a swingers. It was one of them schools where you'd like fighting, no schoolwork getting done.
Yeah.
So at the end of year 7, when my mum saw my school report, it caused a drama. So then we were just didn't see eye to eye, and I had to go. I said, F this, I'm going to live with my dad. My dad lived in South, and he's best friends with Neutrino's dad.
Okay.
Oh,
Neutrino's
seriously?
half Ghanaian. So then he was like, my daughter, my son, they go to this school, Chestnut Grove. So then, I went to that school there, and then I was in South. So obviously when he did his thing and did well in the music, obviously I'm still in East, so I'm listening to Pay As You Go and Rinse FM on Sunday.
Yeah.
And I'm listening to all like the East crews. And then in South, they had all their MCs, but I always used to be like, nah, these man, these men are not as good as these lot. So I started MCing in school, but with the East London wave.
Because you felt the South lot weren't as good as the East lot.
There was a couple man that I liked. I liked Ashley.
Yeah. No, there's nothing wrong with saying that. I'm just asking, like, that's where you felt. You're good.
No, overall,
I'm just saying,
yes.
like, overall, that's how you felt. Yeah.
Yes, and I used to say it with chest in school.
Yeah.
And I used to be like, bro, you got to listen to this guy, Major Ace, R.I.P. Dizzy Rascal, Wiley. I'll be trying to show them, man. They're not really listening to me. And when they're showing me the guys on, I think it was Delight FM.
Delight.
Ashley was the only one when I was like, okay, yeah, this guy's cold.
Yeah.
But everyone else was good. They had like a couple raves. Like Romeo always used to shut it down when I used to go to the raves and straight him as a little kid. But I never thought that they were like what I was hearing.
Yeah.
In East, you know, only Ashley D was. So I started MCing, and then finished school. Obviously, gone back to East, and then I don't know what it like. When I heard Page You Go clash Heartless Crew, because obviously Page You Go was my crew. So when Heartless Crew won them, and I didn't think Heartless Crew was better than Page You Go, I just thought, I want to be an MC and be in them moments like that, you know? For me, that was like everything. So if you clock it, a lot of my lyrics, I'm always saying clash.
Yeah.
I never had lyrics really for gal or like, I had lyrics about brushing gal.
Yeah.
But I never, all my lyrics were war lyrics.
Yeah.
Either I used to fancy myself in a fight, so either I'm going to thump you up or I don't know, I just like brush you somehow type of thing, right? So, that's just what I was on.
You said Pay As You Go was your crew, but it was like you said it before you had bars.
Yeah, so I was listening to Pay As You Go all the time.
Oh, so it was your crew that was who you rated. Got you.
That's
You
the
weren't
crew.
in Pay As You Go.
I was a fan.
Yeah, got you.
At the end of the day, I was a fan.
I get it.
For me to say I was not 100%, I was. Major Ace was my favourite MC. And then I used to like Wiley and God's Gift. So when Heartless Crew clashed Pay As You Go, and then like God's Gift, Wiley and Major Ace didn't step up and be the one spitting. I'm like, nah, man, why them not spitting? Why was it Maxwell D that stepped up? It should have been Wiley and whatnot. I was mad passionate about clashing. Like, like the same way you see people like be technical about football and whatnot. I used to be like that about clashing.
Was you ever in any of them crews? Was you ever in a crew?
I was in East Connection. That's the first crew that I was in that people knew. But before that, I made my name in a crew called Triple B in North London.
Okay. Anyone who's in East Connection for one? Just like
So
I heard the crew
at the
before.
time when I was in it, it was Demon, Drukimundo,
Come on,
Double O, Diesel was a DJ, Slim Ting was a DJ.
Shout out Slim Ting.
Who else? And then I brought Shizzle and Fresh into the crew. So Shizzle and Fresh was in my crew called Triple B, which was in North London.
Shizzle, like he kind of spoke yardy.
Shawarski,
at the hair.
Shanko Mananko.
Shanko Mananko.
I watched a video the other day that was like the D-Power video.
Yes.
Anything. I watched that.
Shizzle with the plaits.
Yes. He was
so
come
cold.
big
He
him
was
up, man.
cold, you know.
Big him up.
We went primary school together.
It's serious.
Yeah, I had the maddest love out of anyone ever. It's got to be for Shizzle. We was in primary, like 5 years old together.
You still spitting now? Or what's going on? Because
now he's doing art and stuff. We're not as close now as back in the day because of life, not because of anything at all. But he's more into. He was always into like art and whatnot. So
I hear it.
yeah, bars still.
I hear it.
he was absolutely. He was ridiculous.
Yeah, he was cold. He was before his time. I feel like.
Yes.
Definitely
100%.
before his time. He was definitely before his time. When I was listening to the tune the other day, I was like, yeah.
It was definitely cold. So it makes sense. From what I'm hearing right now, it makes sense because I'm hearing you like to fight, man, and you like to MC. That's what every lyrics was. Break your back, crack your skull. There was no half measures. No, was just straight. Break your back or crack your skull.
It was crazy. Thinking of how I am now and physically who I am today, I don't know who I used to think I was.
Brother, come on.
That he was skinny.
I understand.
It's mad. And I'm way humble now.
Yeah. He's always tall though.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're
but
taller than the rest of the man.
Yeah, but I think it's just the whole growing up in Hackney, going Homerton and just being around all of that.
Yeah, violence.
That's all you know.
Violence.
That's all you see.
I get it.
That's all
I
you
get it.
know.
That's what comes out. When you first did Power come out When did Power come out? Was that when did you get
04.
Power? Like Power came out in 04. Before that, what was you doing? Did you go straight from radio to that? How did that come?
Yeah.
How did you end up on that?
So I met Lethal B on Mystic FM. He went secondary school with my cousin, and then when I saw him on Mystic, I must have said to my cousin, "Yo, like, link man up with him so I can go on his show." And then he goes, and my cousin just said to me, "Just tell him you're Simo's cousin." So I told him, and then he was like, "Oh shit!" And obviously that whole Ghana thing.
Yeah.
And then we started doing shows together, and then shows as in radio shows, and then we were just always just cool. Me and Bizzle was always just cool, and then Morfire had come back on radio after the Oi stuff.
Yeah.
So then he was doing like his little rounds on the radio shows, and whatnot, and he would bring me because I was just a good war MC and just on it and not nerve. I won't go to no one's show and be nervous and be like, there's this person or there's that person. I want the mic. I want to war you. I want to go back. I never lost a clash. And I was not the best MC. I was just mad confident. I'll just put you off. Do you get what I mean? And I knew I wasn't the best MC, so I never gave Ghetts a rematch. But I was just
We're gonna talk on that one still, because that's where the break your back. That's why I heard the break your back. It's on to,
But
it's a clash.
I was just mad. I had 100. I had my old lyric book. I had 120 something war bars. 4 to 16 bars. 120 something bars just for clash.
Just for clash.
So I knew I can stand up for a whole radio show of a 2-hour set. I knew I can be here for the whole set with you. And we just keep going.
And still drop something.
And
still
keep
have
going.
something fresh.
You might be better, but you're gonna run out of bars, and I'm gonna keep on brushing you, and you're gonna start repeating. And then I had bars saying, "I already heard that." Da, da, da. So I was just ready. I was ready to clash.
Clash specialist. Like, speaking of Bizzle, see Bizzle, Wiley, and Scorcher came out yesterday with Robbie Williams, bro. That's a big look. Still,
big look.
The journey, and for them man as well, just happy for them to see it, bro. Like, to see how things of the evolution, bro. As we're seeing it with you, like you've seen the journey from the beginning with them, man. From the beginning, to see now 20 years later, 21 years later, to see them kind of with because Robbie Williams is got to be top 3 or 4 artists for the UK over the years. Take that and all of that.
Legendary. Was the first one to sign that big deal, innit? You remember he got that mad deal?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So them man there, no, it's a big deal, bro. And Scorcher as well, especially as well. Scorcher's been out for a while. That's what I'm saying. Perseverance, bro. And believing in what you're doing and just sticking with it, bro. Keeping good energy and that.
Scorcher's a wicked MC.
Cold.
Like even the thing they just dropped with Smiler. That they dropped, like I think it was like 2 days ago or something.
I haven't heard it.
I haven't heard that one.
It's cold.
Scorcher's a cold MC from long.
He never drops anything, and you think, what is that?
Yeah. Nah, it's on. Yeah, nah, they're on top right now. Yeah, doing it.
All right, back to you now. Let's talk Power studio session now. It's your time. You've got the call up. Did you know the assignment? You knew what to do or what?
So, Bizzle was like, "Yeah, we're gonna do a song. There's gonna be a video, whatnot, and I want you to say crack your skull." And I was just thinking, but that's my Clash lyric, yeah? And I'm just thinking, but if we're going to do a video, I want to say my name.
Yeah.
So I was like, bro, I want to say Big Bumper Clock, my man, Napa, Salute, so then that big, promote my name. He's going, nah, trust me, this is the one you got to say.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't want to say that bar. And it's just like, I always thought that bar's not for a song. That's the bar I'm using to done your dance on radio. Why am I using it on the song? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then I just thought to myself, you know what? This guy's already done more fire and whatnot. He's talking about TV and whatnot. You know what? Let me just listen to him.
Yeah.
So I thought, all right, cool. So then Forcer went in the booth immediately. He laid his verse. And then I went after him. I just thought, I'm just going to do it and just get out of here. I just laid the verse and then I didn't hear the final order because it was in a different order at first, right? And I thought, it sounds decent. We'll see what can happen. But I did like the beat a lot. Yeah. But Bizzle had a glow about him and a look in his face that he knew that he's done it. Because obviously he's already reordering everything and whatnot. Yeah. So I didn't hear, who was not there when I was there? I think Demon didn't lay it when I was there, but I really found out what he was going to say. I can't remember. Like 2 Man weren't there when I was there, I think. But
So and Biz already mapped out what he wanted everyone to, because he's been on it. And
Kept
he's
it to
spoken
himself, but he said he's gonna change it.
He said he kind of knew. He said he knew what he wanted from everyone. He said
Yeah.
he wanted everyone's wheel-up bars, innit? So he knew what he wanted from each MC. So I guess it's just after that, just putting them in the order to make it.
Yeah,
stand.
yeah.
Your verse is gets one of the most read-ups. It's up there. It definitely does. I was at the show. We was at the show,
Yeah,
we was at the show.
Yeah.
It goes mad.
Yeah.
It goes mad. He made the right decision still. Made the right decision.
Yeah, it definitely would have been. It's definitely a lot better than if I said just my name.
Yeah. That bar's legendary on it, bro. Like, seriously.
Yeah, even when we did the show, I was behind the stage, and D-Double went out there and he's getting a mad forward, but he's completely different to me. He's got all this energy and skanking and stuff.
Yeah.
And I hadn't performed for a hot minute, so I'm looking and I was like, fucking hell, this guy is shelling.
Yeah.
So I thought to myself, how am I gonna come now with my big ass gym body?
Would you feel rusty when you stepped on?
No, not rusty, but just like it'd been a minute.
You look calm when you stepped out though. You look energized.
I'm mad. That's just
You
that's
owned
just
it.
me though.
Yeah.
That's I just have that aura about myself.
Yeah.
Then I just thought to myself, how should I do it? Should I give the crowd the mic, let them say oh? Because sometimes that bar give me a sore throat. But I don't know. Just last minute I thought to myself, no, you know what? I'm just gonna say this with all the energy.
Yeah.
And I actually said it with more energy than I said it on the what would you call it, when we did the test run before.
Yeah.
And then just before I went out, I said to the engineer, turn up my mic even more. He was like, what? I said, turn it up even more.
Yeah.
So I thought, yeah.
And I know he did. Intimidated. You know the one.
Come on, bully the whole stage. Everyone had to move out the way and that.
Yeah, I was like, mic number 3 more.
Yeah.
Went out there, just gave it everything. It was wicked though.
Nah, it was sick. He looked sick.
What about the success of it though? Because that's your first step out into the mainstream and big time, innit? What about the success of it? How was that for you? Like,
So, listen, it caught all of us by surprise. I was 20 going on 21. And, I was still living in the ends. I was still doing, like, I swear them time there was like Trocadero and things like that to do with things. I was still like messing around with like them type of thing there. So when everyone start recognizing you and whatnot, and you're just a youth from Hackney, it was a big thing. But I never had like, I weren't thinking to myself, I want to be a MC and have albums. And I just wanted, I was just having a good time.
yeah.
I just had bars. I wanted to go radio. I wanted to do raves. I wanted to do songs because obviously we were like the Channel U thing started making everyone think that way. But I never once thought I want to put out mixtapes. I remember when I used to see J2K doing it, I'm like, man, he's mad. What's that?
Yeah.
This is sick. You remember with Elliot Ness? Of
course.
Yeah, he had all of the stuff. But it's like no one really thinking like that.
Yeah.
We was just more like, I just need more bars for radio. Or like, or like you hear an MC say something, I'm like, I'm gonna write a bar and send for my man, or no, that bar's about me. I'm gonna write indirect back about him. That's all my energy was. So this was giving us mainstream thing. So then I was just like, it was just like, wow, this music thing can actually change your life differently if you want to be like a proper artist and whatnot. So then after that, I thought I'm gonna do more songs. So I started linking up with Flirta D, Bruiser. Who else did I do songs with? Dubplate Mex, a whole load of
Dubplate was sick. Yeah.
Doctor and Bearman.
Yeah.
I did a song with them. I did quite a few songs. But then I slowly started liking that, and then I stopped going on radio.
Yeah.
Which Bearman tune did you do? I like Bearman. He had a couple tunes.
Yeah,
still.
Bearman had a couple.
It was Swingers. I don't know if you heard that song.
Yeah, I think I've heard
It was me, Doctor, Bearman, and Shizzle.
I think I probably heard
Mastermind Productions.
Yeah. I definitely would have heard that. Yeah.
Okay. What Ghetts? If you was to ask Ghetts says, yeah, you won the battle. You won that clash.
Well, I don't want a rematch. He wants a rematch. So clearly,
Wait, to this day now, I still want a rematch, man.
So that was on a
I've
young
never,
man.
I've never rematched.
He's on a bully boy team.
That was on a young man standing show. And listen, I was up for clashing a lot of people, but I knew that this guy is just too much. And the next young man standing show, do you know what young man standing show was?
I'm pretty sure.
It was like a radio show, like on the day or just before Young Man Standing event, and there'll be like 50 MCs there. Like,
Okay,
from, like, from South, East, everyone, like Roll Deep, Nasty Crew, More Fire, East Connection, everyone, Rush Squad, everyone's in there. So that's how the clash came about. Because I was actually trying to swing for Kano. Because I used to be like, Kano's the best MC in Nasty Crew potentially, but he doesn't have a lot of clash bars.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was trying to be, so I
trying
thought,
to draw him out.
hold on, I can never spit like my man, but he don't have too many clash bars.
Yeah.
But then, where I was trying to go for him, he was bunning me with the few clash bars that he has, but he was done in my dance with it. Like, you're a big bum like Beyonce, and I was getting teed off.
Yeah.
So then, I think Ghetts could recognize I was trying to go for Kano, and then he intervened, and then that's how Ghetts clash. So when we come around again now, to another Young Man Standing show, he was like, I want a rematch. I was like, fuck that. What rematching you for? I wanted to clash Crazy Titch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to clash Crazy Titch.
He's going for the big boys.
He was going for the juggler, yeah.
Yeah, because see that Kano Ghetts thing, is that techie thingy, it's not my wave. Titch was more like my wave.
Yeah,
like,
Yeah.
like,
That aggression and
yeah,
that. Yeah.
Titch, Trim, I wanted those type of man. Them type
Trims
of
was
clashes.
wavy as well.
Yeah, he was good.
Yeah.
We had a clash as well one time.
Don't have to ask because he's already said he's never lost a clash. So he's
I ain't lost
lost the clash. So I hear it. All right, moving on from that now, yeah. The next thing I saw you doing after this was when you was doing like, was it close protection?
No, I was doing, so after the music, I started doing dances. That's how I met you, right?
Yeah,
promoting.
Yeah. So I love gal. And
I did hear that. Really.
and after that, I don't know if you remember. Remember back in the day, you'd go outside the dance and just chat to things.
Yeah.
So then I remember my brethren had Marvin Harrison. He had a rave, and he was giving out flyers. So I thought, let me give out some flyers with you, and I'm just gonna use it to chat up girls. So I had the flyers. I'm giving it out, and man are like, "What napper? Is this your thing?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, because man's coming. And then and the next person, like girls would be like, is this your rave, Napper? They'd be like, yeah, I'm coming. And then the next man, yo, Napper, is this your thing? How much for this? Yeah, I'm coming. So then Marvin was like, yo, you should throw dances. I was like, you think so? He's like, yeah. And this time, like, the music thing was like, it was difficult to get shows and stuff because, you know, like, they'll put you on red list. And or like, after being on Power, that fucked up a lot of our names, like getting shows and stuff, because there was this thing like red list and another colour, I can't remember. So you have to do something nice, or like something soft in the mainstream to get your name off it. So remember Lethal started doing like, it's a shame, like all of that type of stuff. But I'm just
trying to get himself off that list.
I'm just there, just still saying, watch your jaw, break your back, so I was just getting fucked. So I thought to myself, throw a dance, maybe I can do that and do music. So I was like, all right, cool, it's my birthday soon, Marvin. Let's do something for my birthday. Blood. I done a rave for my birthday. I made just under $5 grand. And I was like, I never made this in music.
Yeah.
My booking fee's not $5. I'm $5 bills. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I thought,
I got 10 bookings in one.
I thought, hold on a second. Then I was like, let's try do another one. Done another one, made money again. So then he was like, I've got this concept, because we always used to go to Kojo's comedy show.
Yeah.
And he goes, you've got all these music people, and I like comedy, let's do a thing called Sunday Show, where I bring comedians and you bring music artists. I was like, what the fuck does that mean? So I mean, but man's not on that. I'll do a party, that's it.
Yeah.
Then he's done the Sunday Show thing, and like he did it, the first week he did it on his own. I had little FOMO, I was like, how was it?
Yeah.
And then he was like, yeah, it was all right. It looked decent. I was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna jump on with you on it the next week. And then we did it the next week. And who did I invite the first week? I can't remember who performed, but I remember I told Jamie and stuff like that to come. So obviously I had the connection with all the grime people. He had all this Richard Blackwood, Slim, Eddie Caddy world. We just merged it, and then the Sunday Show thing just blew up.
Oh, serious? Yeah. Wavy.
It blew up. You used to come Sunday Show, no?
Probably did, you know. I was always in West End. That's how I always used to see, man. I was always bumping into, man. I was the actual West End raver.
Do you know who came through Sunday Show? Mo the Comedian, he was my host.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, Mo the Comedian was our host.
Yeah.
Ed Sheeran.
Serious.
It's the first time. I think he's done a couple of interviews and he said it. The first time he come through the urban world was at a Sunday show gig.
Okay, that's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He I remember he come on stage and he had a guitar and I was just looking at this youth. And then Mo the comedian's mad funny, yeah? So I'm thinking, if this guy's not good, Mo's gonna bun him. So Marvin booked him, to be fair, not even me. So I said, bruv, what is this? Because, I was looking at Ed and I was just like, what is this, bro?
Yeah.
I said, bro, I'm going to the door and see how much money's on the door. Bro, all of a sudden, I can hear the crowd going mad. So I've ran back inside thinking, what's going on? And he's spitting in bashment. Absolutely, like, we've had, like, D-Double and all sorts in there murdering. He shut down the whole place.
Yeah, Ed's wavy. Yeah,
and then a couple months later, he's got songs with Ghetts, Scorcher, whatnot. And then the next thing, he's Ed Sheeran. I haven't seen him since, but
but you helped put him on the map.
yeah, he used to take my LV shades off me and my Louis Vuitton scarf off me and go around and tell the girls my name's Napa.
Yeah.
He's a good dude.
Yeah, good brother.
Yeah. Cold. All right, and so at what point did I start seeing man in LA every minute with the biggest stars? I was hearing about you on show. One time I was watching one show and these women was talking about him. They was like hosting a show. They were like, oh yeah, Napa, this, that, and the third. You get me?
Yeah, one was outside.
Outside in LA.
Yeah. So what happened was, remember there was a time in the rave scene where it was hard for black people to get in and stuff, or there's loads of fights.
Yeah, 100%.
But to be honest with you, I agree with some people might be upset, but it's not them that used to lose money. They just used to lose out on the night out. I used to lose money.
Yeah.
You build up a dance, you build that name, every Friday, you're trying to get it bigger and bigger and bigger. The minute you get it so big and then you can get loads of tables and whatnot, there's a fight, bang, shut down. You have to look for another place. I'm not making money next week. So I got to the point where I was like, I actually get it. When they're making a dress code hard to keep away certain people, I get it because you lot keep fucking up my pocket.
Yeah.
So I got to the point when I was just like, I can't be arsed with this rave thing because I can't fall out with the people that are fighting because they're my friends. But you man don't know how to behave. So I need to make money where it won't mess me up. And then I remember Eubank saying to me, you love the gym so much, why don't you make money in the gym? I was like, it's true actually, because I was always going gym.
Yeah.
So then I thought to myself, right, let me try this PT thing. I'm gonna get round to the LA stuff in a second.
I see where you're going with it.
So I said to Kano, can I be your PT? Kano said, yeah. And I said to Eubank, I'm going to do a business card. Can I say I'm your PT? He said, yeah. And I said to Emmanuel Frimpong, the same thing. They said, yeah. So then I linked Kano and done some PT sessions with him to make it legit. And same for Frimpong. I didn't need to with Eubank. That's like my bro.
Yeah.
And then I made business cards and said I'm a personal trainer. And then my thing, bang, just blew up straight away and I was busy. So I was doing the fitness thing. And then we went to Manchester one time. I was doing PT things, let's say for like 18 months in London. I was doing all right. Not making money like the rave thing, but it's just a smooth business.
Consistent.
At this present time, I'm happy. I ain't got no one telling me the boy got rushed. I ain't got no one telling me that did my wife or go with this guy or did some girl asking me, did my man do this? Or, yo, this guy disrespect my missus. All of them messages were cleared from my phone. Every single rave I did, I fell out with someone. It could have been they lost their phone, a fight happened. It's toxic, but it's dead. Oh, really and truly, it's dead. So then, so we've gone to Manchester to watch AJ fight, Eric Molina. After the fight, Eubank says to me, let's go to a Pretty Little Thing party. I said, what the fuck is Pretty Little Thing? Yeah. And like, we went up there with O'Hara Davies, Arj, and obviously AJ, and they all say they're going to some other rave in Manchester. I'm like, bro, everyone else is going to the thing. He's like, no, trust me, let's go to this Pretty Little Thing party. It's going to be lit. I was like, bro, you better not be wrong. I'll follow you, but we better not be wrong. I've gone there, and this guy's got some mad party in his yard. He's turned the garden into an ice skating rink. He ordered like at least 2-3 grand worth of McDonald's. I ain't even seen as much McDonald's in McDonald's before. Like he ordered McDonald's for the whole dance. I was thinking, right, is this you? But I just was thinking, you know what? There was like girls there, but I wasn't really on nothing. So I just thought, you know what? this is a different environment. Let me just take it in.
Yeah, take it all in and that and see what I'm
and then the guy was like, listen, if I know it's getting late. If you and Chris want to stay, you can stay in one of the rooms and whatnot. And I was like,
so what? Did Chris already know him?
yeah, Chris already knows.
Yeah,
Chris,
okay, cool.
Chris' phone book is mental.
Yeah.
Chris's phone book is mental.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, stay in, bro. I'm from Hackney. I said, stay in one of the rooms.
Yeah.
So I said, Chris, who is this you? But Chris don't care about no one. As much as he knows so much people, he don't care about no one. Chris, you text Chris and he'd be like, I'll be like, yeah, I'm in Vegas. What you on? He'd be like, I'm at the casino. Can't let me go there. There's Neymar. There's this. There's that.
And he's just chill.
It's something else. Yeah. So we've stayed over at this guy's house now, and in the morning, he's gone, yo, you're like quite big. What do you do? I said, I'm a PT. I want to cut out now because I met Chris Smalling at the boxing show. Chris don't care about football, but I do. Yeah. So he's given us tickets to go watch Man U game. So I want to do that motive.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, thanks for letting us stay.
Chris is on chilling.
Chris
is on chill mode.
Chris is like, she's not in the bus. I said, but let's bounce, but the game's kicking off soon. Need to go. Yeah. And then the guy goes, yo, do you think you can be my PT? I was like, bro, you live in Manchester, I live in London, bro. I don't even know how that works. He said, I'll pay you what it takes. I said, pay me what it takes.
But I'm moving.
Yeah.
Clientele's different.
Yeah.
Clientele's different.
He said, I said, pay me what it takes. Yeah. But then I'm like, but bro, remember at the same time, I still got my Hackney brain, so it's just like, I don't, automatic, you don't trust people. So I'm thinking, what's my man?
Well, you think he's waffling or something?
Yeah, pay me what it takes. How you know what I'm gonna say is okay? Like you're gonna. So I thought to myself, all right, we'll speak on it. And he goes, you don't want to go to this football game, yeah? He goes, yeah. And he threw some keys to Chris. He goes, go in my Rolls Royce, go to the game, and come back. So we get into the car. I said, Chris, who is this brother? I'm
worried about it. I'm getting paranoid now. You know what I mean?
I thought at first when he touched down, like this is like an Airbnb or something.
Everything sounded too mad.
That's why about Rose keys and that.
It's never really. No, we went to one event of his before, but I didn't take it in at all.
Yeah, you weren't pennying that. Yeah.
I said, what the hell's going on? And he goes, nah, he's 30 still. And then I was like, all right, cool. So like my man's good, Jay. Chris goes, no, trust me. It's all right. So I said, all right, cool. So then in the end, I stayed the extra day, and then we stayed in contact. And he goes, look, just train me for a month. We'll start in Dubai for 7 days. I'd never been Dubai. After that, we'll go Manchester for 2 weeks and just be with me, train with me every day. After that, we go to LA for a week and then New York for 5 days. I'd never been Dubai, LA, and New York, so I was sold.
Yeah,
so I already.
Man didn't even negotiate payment yet. Man was just traveling.
At first, I was going to say a mad P, but then I was lackadaisical in the peak. I thinking I just want to go to these spots.
Yeah. Man, don't want to outprice himself.
Yeah, so I thought, I said to P, I was like, yeah, cool. Just pay me this for the month, and I'm good. So we did it. Now went to all of them. Start going to LA. So now he's got Pretty Little Thing. And he's trying to bust America.
Yeah.
So his strategy was make noise in the city. So he'll be throwing the littest parties and littest events to make noise in America. Yeah. So then now how it all worked with me now getting involved in that side is because obviously I used to throw parties and I know all the artists. So I started being around the office and stuff for a while. And then out of boredom, I started getting involved in the marketing team. Then I started being good at it. And then when they got an events, I would book them. Krypton Conan, I'd book them. Dizzy Rascal or Lethal, whatnot. So I started getting involved in the brand. So he started involving me in the other stuff as well. Yeah. And then we're going out to America. I'm standing out. So like, we go to the gym. Will.i.am come up to me and be like, yo, who are you? What do you do? Because remember, we're going to these fancy gyms and I'm just there putting like 3-4 plates on the bar.
Mashing works.
Doing
everything. And I'm seeing lit girls. Like sometimes I'm like, let me just do 100 kilo and do a couple sets of 15. Yeah. I see some lit girls, I'll be like, one second, add another plate.
Man see the clips. How much you was posting. Man see it.
I was doing the badges.
He's keeping it light, but man see what naps was on. You get
feet in air, 140 kg, 15 men. I was doing everything.
Them vapor maxes on tight top, everything moving. You get me?
And then so then it was working. As in, I was the guy that was with Umar Kamani, that's the guy, the CEO. Me and him together worked because I'd get a bit of attention, and he's trying to promote his rave, and I'm good at the marketing thing for his thing. So then he's there getting the Kardashians with his brand. He got Tiger to say Pretty Little Thing on one of his songs. We were throwing parties with Chris Brown, and then it's me bringing all the gal to the influencers to the rave. Well, they don't really call it a rave, but to the events. Let's say. So after a while, I started getting better and better at the marketing. I started having a budget. So it went from having 10 grand a month to sign influencers to 50 grand a month. And at one point, I was really close with the directors. They were giving me up to 100K a month on signing American influencers. So imagine I'm a youth from Hackney that's now with this brand, and I'm going over to America, and I can spend up to 100K a month signing the buffest gal in the world.
Come on.
So I was in the middle of like, and then they knew it because the girls are saying, you got to reach out to my man to get a deal, but you can't overstep it because it's very easy to do something unprofessional.
I didn't want to say still, but I like that you addressed that early.
Yeah, you
was moving the right way.
Yeah, so I was moving the right way.
That's right.
Understand? So I just look like this. Like to them, it looks like I'm not trying to, because LA is very small as well. You know, if you try, if you send some funny messages to this one, she's gonna chat shit to this one, this and this one. You're finished. And I understood that. I don't drink alcohol, I don't smoke weed, so my brain switched on, that type of stuff. So
how fast was it from you meeting this guy to all of this you're saying now? What was the time period?
a year,
You handled it like a G.
18 months.
Rapid.
Because some people lose their head. Because it's such a quick ascension, some people lose their head. You did good still. Yeah, you did real good. Carry on with what you're saying.
Yeah, so then, and in the end, as he's trying to build up the brand, then he started having more and more faith with me. Then I started telling him artists I feel like he should sign to elevate the brand. So I remember first, obviously he's made friends with Will.i.am, and Will.i.am's like, I'm going to make a song for you. And then he made this girl spit on the song. I don't remember, I'm trying to remember what her name is, I can't remember. It's some influencer, she's hot, can't spit at all. I've listened to it. I said, Will, let me talk to you 1 second. The thing, me and Will become close. I said, let me tell you something, I used to do music in England. That's a whole other story. I'll tell you about that another time. But there's way better spitters, British, than this, what you're showing me. He's like, what? I got my phone out. I went to Miss Banks, Lioness, and Lady Leisha. I showed it to him. He said, who the hell are these people? So I said, I can get them to spit in this song and light it up. Way better than these lot. Then he was like, really? I goes, 1 second. So I reached out to all of them. Obviously, they all know me from music days. So they've all spat a verse on the song and sent it. Will.i.am's heard it and lost his head. Because you got to remember, American man that loves music, and then how Lady Leisha, Miss Banks,
how they spit.
How they spit.
Talent levels
Different.
Yeah, beast. So he's thinking, fuck, like, what's going on there?
Oh, then after,
the accent as well.
you know, even you actually reminded me, because after he was like, we need to do a record label, we need to do this, that. And I was like, yeah, maybe, but let's do this thing first. So then, you know,
Stay focused.
yeah.
Rap people up in 360 deals and shit. You know what I mean?
So then, boom. So then, then we flew them out to America, got them in the studio together. Then they did the video and whatnot, and it was big. And then now, to help the brand, I said to him, he was talking to another artist again who was dead. I was like, bro, I go to the strip club and all that when you don't go to bed. There's an artist called Saweetie. Her songs are lighting up the club, and it's lighting up the strip club. If you get her, you can get all them girls that you're trying to target in the black audience. He was like, maybe I'll sit down with the manager. So I've made the manager come have a meeting. in Soho House in LA, and he's got us sitting on the side like not important, and he's having another meeting elsewhere. He's come over for like 5 minutes and goes, "I'll offer an ambassador deal," and I'm like, "Oh my god, ambassador!" So obviously, Saweetie's manager said nah, and he's looking at me like, "Bro, you've made me come over here." So she's not like, she's big artist. She ain't no ambassador.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh, bro, sorry, man. I'm gonna try to talk to him." He weren't listening to me. Then after we've gone to Wireless, and then he goes, "Napa, I'm hearing that Saweetie might sign for." I don't even want to say the name of the company, but a rival company. Yeah. And I'm like, "Bro, I told you to sign her." He's like, "Phone the manager now. I want to sign her." And then he goes, I said, "Bro, I mean, I'll try, but I brought." Yeah. But he didn't even want to hear all that. He gets it. Yeah, he don't want to hear all that.
It's too late for all of that now.
Yeah.
Fuck all of that.
He goes, "Forget all of that."
Yeah.
But it's mad how people that's got paper, how they move. Because, you know, like, let's say it's like a girl, you have to hear all your mistakes. They're going to, He don't want to hear all that. He's just like, "Bro, forget all that." I understand.
Yeah.
Forget all that.
Yeah.
Phone my man, let's fix it.
Yeah.
Can't get hold of him. And then he's just thinking, "Oh my God, this artist is gonna sign for this brand." We go into the hotel. The manager happens to be in the same hotel as us, because you know everyone with money stays in hotels, expensive hotels. He's gone, "Go over there and get dinner. I'm gonna book the best restaurant in London. Get him for dinner tonight. He has to come." I said, "All right, cool." I've gone over there and I don't want to go straight to the point. So I said, "Well, go on, my guy, everything good?" He's like, "Yo, Napa, what's happening, man?" He goes, yeah. "You enjoying London?" I think he can see I'm like doing this.
Yeah,
But
man.
he just comes over. "What's all this I hear you're signing for another brand?" Yeah. And then he was just like, "Yeah, I tried to sign with you lot and you lot was on the long thing." And then he just goes, "Oh, I'll pay whatever 6 figures," he said. He goes, "Let's do the deal now." He was like, "Yeah." He said, "Let's do the deal now." And it's like, done. Shook hands. And then he was like, "Yeah, Napa, this girl's hot." Yeah, I said, "Bro, she's the one." And then they did the collaboration and it went off. They launched it in New York Fashion Week. And that was all my idea. They had no idea.
Finder's fee.
Can't really say what I got for that.
No, I'm not asking the figure. I'm just making
I
sure.
got looked after.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. I don't want you.
I got looked after.
I'm not going to talk figures, but just making
Yeah,
sure that
I
it's
got looked after.
Yeah, good. Normal. Yeah, man, that's a story there still.
Yeah, it's serious.
That's a
So it
story,
shows
man.
the importance of what Ram was doing behind the scenes. Like, people on the outside might just see you rolling with my man and think it's a bodyguard thing or it's a security thing, but really, man's hands in. You get what I'm saying?
Man was proper grafting, bro. Man was
proper
That's
grafting.
that's the untold story still. All from going to one party with you could have gone to the other party with AJ.
And you know what's
them,
mad?
man.
Like,
You could have party.
you know what? I think that sometimes. Like, imagine I just went to link Arj, O'Hara, and AJ. And I'm gonna know my man.
Bare Essex birds. Bare Essex birds. Bare blondies.
Arj is my guy.
Yeah, big up them man there still.
big up Arj,
And I know
man.
I used to see
It would have
with
been a
O'Hara
different
all
kind
the
of
work.
night still.
Different
It would've-
night, brother.
No
Different
McDee's.
night.
There would have been no
Bare
McDonald's.
Botox and boob jobs and no and
You know
man
what?
ain't getting the
What I
work done.
learned, what I've learned is that whatever Bizzle or Eubank
Yeah.
say to me, let me just listen
Listen to
because
them, man,
it's not missed. Every time them two have said something to me, like do this or whatever,
Yeah.
it's worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, big up them, man. All right, let's talk
100%.
Eubank Jr. You men have been friends from how long, bro? How have you two been friends anyway? And how you two?
So we made friends in 2012, 2011 or 2012. I used to do a rave. Do you remember when I had Friday nights at Bond?
Yeah.
So how it worked back then
Old school
was
dance there, you know.
on a Friday was that obviously when doors open at 10, guys come around 12 or 1. Before that, there's a weird period in the club where girls come and it's not busy and they could bust out, but you need the girls to stay there. So when the man them come, you've got a club full of girls. So I would offer girls £150 and you get a table. You got to bring 10 to 15 girls and I'll give you a bottle of vodka. And I'll do that like with like 10 tables. So you've got, so by the time the bottle of vodka finishes, it's around the time that the man them come on tables, and then man them come. Then I'll say to the man them, "Yo, there's girls on this table. I can move them, or they can stay. They always want." They say, "No, they're good." Man them got to feed the girls.
Come on.
Yeah. So, right. So one of the girls was just like, can I bring Eubank? And I'm thinking, Eubank. I'm thinking senior.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, you can get a table still. We'll start at $7.50. They're like, no, he doesn't drink. I'm like, why am I going to let some celebrity come to the dance and just come in the dance? And she goes, no, I'm like, and I start referring to senior. She goes, no, he's got a son. I said, no, forget all that. It's dead.
That was the Hackney again. That's the Hackney again,
What,
dog.
some youth coming, I don't even know the youth saying senior's got a son. I said, forget all that, man. Next week, she asked again. I said, if you bring 20 gal, he can come. Yeah?
That's setting them
That's funny.
Them tasks
Man
there.
said his
You know
task.
why?
That's
Because
it, his task.
Anthony Yard's cousin was trying to link me up with him as well. And I'm like, yo, you should link up with my man. So I'm thinking, why is everyone trying to like pattern me with this guy? So I thought, all right, if you bring 20 girls, you can come. And she brought 20 girls and my man's come. So then it was a bit weird when like, it's like a guy, you got to be cool with him, you don't really know him type of thing. You know what I mean? So it's like, you good, yeah? He's like, yeah, you good. I was like, yeah. It's just like, I'm like, you drinking? He goes, nah. Then he asked me if I drink. I don't drink. And then he's just like calm, reserved, pretty much similar to me. And then we ended up hanging out together that day until like 3, 4 in the morning. And then I was just shining, like, you know, after you can go Chinatown, you go to, what's the Chinese spot? On Shaftesbury Avenue, everyone used to go to. I can't remember the name of it now.
Shaftesbury Avenue. I think you got China City or one of them like.
We went to one of the. I just showed. I started shining West End. Then after I thought my man's cool, so I started letting him come to me to my other dances. And
But
then
2012, he's boxing then though.
yeah,
But
he
you
was
didn't know him.
5-0.
Was that Channel 5 times or not
Yeah.
yet? Channel 5 times.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was 5-0. So I was bringing him out, but he don't drink. He don't drink. He don't do
Anything mad. Spartan
anything mad.
lifestyle.
No, yeah.
Spartan lifestyle.
And then he had a fight coming up, and he was like, "Oh, do you want to do my ring walk?" I was like, "What do I have to do?" And he just said, "Just walk to the ring with me and whatnot." I said, "Cool." So then I've done it now, and then off the back of that, bare people start messaging me, thinking, "Am I a bodyguard?" And then I'm thinking, "Well, I'm not a bodyguard, but I'm like, how much you get paid?" And then they were like, yeah, this Saudi guy wants to know if he will give you £500. Would you like stay with him? I said, yeah, I can do that. I said, I can do that. And then another man will say it, and I'm thinking, rah, they all think I'm a bodyguard just because they see me walk.
Yeah, because that's what I was hearing. You was doing some close protection.
Yeah,
work
so
as
it
well.
came off the back of that.
So that's how you managed to get them gigs. Good gigs though, but can't hurt you,
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Can't hurt you, the dog.
So then I went Marbella one time, and then I must have. So there was one hotel called Sisu, and they knew that I knew all the artists. So they said, "Yo, I want Skepta and Kano and all these lot to come through." So I was the guy in the middle, bringing them all over. I've gone over there, and I just found Marbella so lit.
Yeah.
I said to the guy, "I don't want to leave."
Heard about you in Marbella still. I heard about you.
I said, "I don't want to leave." And the guy goes, "Well," I goes, "What can I do to stay?" He goes, "Maybe if you want to do this bodyguard stuff." And I was like, And then one Saudi was like, "Yo, if you stay with me for 3 months, I'll give you €500 a day and a house and an apartment." I said, "Wait, let me do the maths on that." I said, "No, yeah, that can work still."
Yeah. Yeah, that can
Yeah, I said that can work still. And then I started doing that every summer. But again, that's just from
It's Eubank,
Yeah.
but sounds
Yeah.
like, but Eubank wanted to be your mates worked out. You still,
Yeah.
car. It sounds like he wanted to be your mate. Like he wanted to come in.
Yeah.
Did he rate you? Did he know the music and that? What made him? Or
Yeah,
was it
he
because
knew
your
about
thing was
grime.
lit?
He knew about grime, but Chris he's always been calm, cool, reserved. He's not ever mad. The only thing what he likes the most is like movies and stuff. But he's never like, "Oh, you're Napa." Or,
Yeah.
I remember one time we went to some event in Germany, and it was Eubank, AJ, and Amir Khan. And AJ is asking me bare questions about grime, at the time. This is before AJ was champion and whatnot. And I remember, so we're talking about grime and clashing and whatnot, and Eubank's just put the sleep thing over his eye, put the headphones in.
Eubank's a G.
Yeah.
Brother, brother.
You man just
you know me, I rate Eubank differently anyway,
yeah,
brother.
come on,
I
man.
rate Eubank. I rate AJ. I rate you. But if you were to ask my guys for Britain who I rate in the highest, you might have just said 3 of them still.
Yeah.
I rate Amir Khan for what he's done and that he fought everyone. I rate that, you know. I don't give a shit, win, lose, or draw. You can say what you want to say about him and his chin or whatever. He fought everyone, bro. He's killers. And I rate Eubank for who he's fought and for the mentality.
Yeah.
Like, he just don't give a fuck.
Don't care.
And AJ AJ just taking over the world. So nah, so you're saying, yeah, so he's put the mask on, he's put the headphones
he
on.
don't
He ain't trying to hear all of that.
He
grime
ain't trying to
shit,
hear
like
all that
man.
all
He's
talk.
zoned
Right?
out.
AJ does. AJ's in all of that.
Yeah,
Yeah. Even till now, me and AJ talk about grime. AJ loves grime.
AJ loves music. AJ loves grime. AJ loves the culture, blood.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely, 100%.
AJ loves the culture.
Yeah.
So, all right, so let's talk recent Eubank fight now. Because you was a heavy part of that. Right? The whole storyline, you played a big part in that storyline. Hold on, what? So, suppose Billy Joe just said, listen, I'm coming in. I don't care what no one says. We're not moving. How's that going to go?
Yeah, exactly. How is that going to go?
Tell him, let him know.
How is it going to go?
Yeah.
How? What, is just going to try and walk past, man?
Exactly. I looked and I said, it's a long day. One word
Long
out, it's a long
day.
day. But I knew that argument there, I knew he couldn't win that argument. I knew because he weren't in the right, he couldn't win that argument.
Yeah.
Not in such a high profile fight as well.
Do you know what my thing was, right? So obviously, I understand, we're now working in boxing, I understand that a lot of fighters lose fights before the fight. Getting into the fight is held at the press conference, or some fighters like misses headache or family giving them headache, throws them off. So I understand that leading up to the fight, it's the team's job to make sure that the fighters locked in, right? So they weren't able to rattle Chris. I think it's impossible to rattle Chris at a press conference unless you try to get, I don't know, Kevin Hart or something. Even that won't work, right?
Yeah.
So then I thought, when they said, all right, we're going to get Billy Joe Saunders to go into the dressing room, for me, Billy Joe Saunders is a person that's got no manners, no filter. I don't know what he's capable of saying in that dressing room, So I thought to myself, he can't go in. And then I thought, wait, maybe we can bring someone to go into Conor Benn's dressing room to rattle him, but there's no one. There's not another Billy Joe Saunders. There's only one idiot like that. It's him.
Yeah.
So then I thought, how can we? I was thinking for ages, how can we stop this? Then I thought, of course, just say no.
Yeah.
And then I thought, no matter me saying no matter what I say, you can't throw me out. I'm not letting, physically, I'm not getting dashed. You have to get the army. I'm not getting thrown out.
Yeah.
So that won't work. Fight doesn't get cancelled. I was just thinking, what's the worst case scenario?
Yeah, because do they have to have someone come and watch
Bro,
the
I
raps?
weren't caring about that part.
Yeah.
How about, forget the rules, bro. Man can't come in.
It's
What's
different.
man saying?
Can't come in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's our show.
Straight.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
our, it's
Straight.
Eubank versus, it's not
it's
Ben
not-
versus Eubank. It's Eubank versus Ben. It's Senior turning up that shut down the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
Team
You man
Eubank
are the
to
A
Ben.
side. You man are the A side.
Yeah, so I
yeah.
knew, hold on, fuck that, no, you ain't coming in.
Yeah.
What? What's in, no one's today, mate, it's not like man's on AJ's undercard, Tyson Fury's undercover. Man can get that, bro,
the
you
main
man
event.
don't behave, you're not going to get
Yeah,
another
there's
opportunity.
millions on the table, and Eubank's
Our
the
show,
headliner.
yes, our show, blood.
Yeah.
We're coming to the ring second. We're in the champions dressing room. Everything is our event.
Yeah.
So I can do what I want, say what I want, and if it gets physical, man's ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had F1 with you as well. Yeah. Come on, so I see
Had
what
man
the
on the-
team
I-
was
yeah.
ready.
You man was standing
was
firm.
ready.
You man was standing
Yeah.
firm. When he was talking shit, you were calm. Because you have to be calm, innit?
Yeah.
Were you even taking him seriously, like in anything he
Because
was
I
saying?
saw him the week before.
Oh, right.
He's not on nothing.
The energy's different.
It's not on nothing.
Yeah.
I see him. He was in the same hotel as us, and we don't like each other from back in the day. Two fighters that
Because from the first fight.
Yeah, two
You're talking
fighters-
the camps don't like each other.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
camps. Well, no. To be honest with you, I couldn't name you camp members of Saunders. It's not even the camps. It's just Saunders. I ain't got no drama with no one that in Billy Joe's. No one in Billy Joe's camps ever disrespect. It's him.
Yeah.
You get me? And once upon a time, we was all in a group chat one time to do something completely different with like Tyson Fury and David Haye when they had a little tiff. So one rich guy thought it'd be funny to put everyone in a group chat, and me and Billy Joe start arguing in this group, and I ain't forgot. So I've seen him, and it was the first time I've seen him in about 8 years. So I see him, I said, so what's going on? And he's like, joking, he's saying to his friend, oh, hold me back. So I'm thinking, is he being serious or whatnot? Because I'm going to just thump my man up. No one's here. I don't care, but this is like, yes, boxers practice every day to throw punches, evade punches, and whatnot. I'm not gonna stand there and put my hands up and do jab, left, right, uppercut. I'm gonna grab you and throw you into the wall and then just pick you up
Crack
again,
your skull.
body slam. I've done that. That's
Break your
how.
back.
The one time I got into a fight with someone, in Marbella, and they did that little stance, like the knee come up thing. I said, I'm not doing punching and kicking. I ain't got time to lose the fight.
Yeah, man. I think they're in the ring or
But
something.
brother, I grabbed him by his chest and I ran him into the wall.
Because
I'm 20 stone. You can't stop my force and my strength pushing you that way.
Yeah.
It's gonna take a lot of force for you to stop me.
Yeah.
Understand? So I'm not stupid.
What did he say in the group chat?
Oh, steroids, this, you same.
Yeah, bullshit. Yeah.
It is. I just started seeing red. So it's just he's chatting his rubbish, and I just thought to myself, man, this motherfucker is a proper cunt. So only him and James the Girl are the ones that outside of the boxing, it's got involved with the camps as well. James the Girl got like that as well. So then, where I know he's not on nothing, he was saying to me, oh yeah, I think Eubank's gonna win. And then I thought to myself, all right, cool, my man's not on nothing. Let's talk about him fighting. So I said, when are you going to get rid of all your weight and fight Chris? He's like, when he retires. I'm thinking, what the fuck does that mean?
Yeah.
And then I just let him go. And then the next day I see him in a hotel. And he's just like, you all right, gym man? And whatnot. And his mates were like, fucking hell, you're a big mate. So I just thought to myself, you know what?
Yeah, all that. I want to ask what you push
I
on
thought
flat
to
bench
myself-
and all them things there.
Yeah, dumb stuff.
Stuff you know already.
So I
Yeah.
just thought, you know what? Maybe he's older now.
Mature the please.
Yeah, because I'm not an actual troublemaker. So I don't forget, but I'm not gonna carry it on.
Yeah.
So where he left it, I thought to myself, all right, cool, because at the end of the day, this is not about Napa and Billy Joe, it's Eubank, Billy Joe, I want to see you lot fight.
Yeah.
I'm not out here fighting people. So I thought, all right, cool, whatever. So now come to the event now, and he's come with all these cameras, some idiot brethren, and then, this, that, and doing all this thingy. That's why I was just looking at him, because I'm thinking, you're so fake.
Yeah.
So I thought to myself, all right, cool. You ain't getting in, so let's see where this is going. And that's when he's blabbing his mouth and all that. And he was stuttering.
Yeah.
Because that's how, trust me, I know he's shook because he's got, yeah. That's why I was like, because when he's talking, I goes, yo, what? Yeah, because he's stuttering. I think this is half-hearted. That's when I thought, I'm gonna show you I'm not stuttering. I was like, I guarantee you ain't coming inside.
Yeah.
Like,
You're
this
talking
is-
with
This is not nervous. I'm not nervous.
There's no nerves
I'm not
out
there.
unsure about what I'm doing or where I'm standing. I fully know what I'm doing. I know what I'm saying, and it's to you, bro.
Yeah.
So what's
Yeah,
going
let
on
him
from
know.
here?
Yeah.
Man.
But he had to hold face because he's got the cameras. He's coming with them entourage people, with this crew, and that he had to try and hold face and chat some shit.
When a man, if you're there, and then you say, when I see you outside, you see me outside. We're at Tottenham Stadium. How big is outside? Why don't you just do it now?
Yeah.
Why don't
you
you say?
prepared? Was
Why
you
don't you
prepared?
say come outside?
Yeah.
He's not on it.
Yeah.
Was you prepared in case he let off like a jumping left hook
Bro, I
or
don't
something?
care about him at all, bro.
So
man,
no
I
I
threat.
don't care about
Yeah, man,
him.
I would have
at
swallowed
all.
that punch up, bro.
I don't care about him at all.
I just wanted you to let him know.
Yeah, let him know that, man. I don't care about them
don't care
punches.
about him at all.
And there was bigger things at play, bro. It wasn't even about that foolishness.
Yeah.
Not saying it's foolish. You know what I
But
mean?
that's the tactics. That's the tactics they went
And
to, innit?
when they said it was happening, because I watched the whole build-up, and Eubank won every mind game, every step,
100%.
every press conference, everything.
Yeah.
And when I heard Billy Joe was going in the change room, I was thinking, how's that going to work? Because I know what it's going to be.
Yeah.
How's that? So when I saw what Eubank did, I said,
Yeah. Shut
Crazy.
all that down.
Crazy.
And you know what it is? We didn't do this for social media, you know.
No.
Bro, I don't have the video of it in my phone.
Yeah.
My man is the one that brought the cameras. I was doing this off camera. I wanted to bad them up off camera, behind the scenes.
Yeah.
You understand? Like to say, bro, not like, nah.
Man brought the zone with him.
Yeah.
You know, like that.
Man brought Matru, man brought the zone, everything.
Yeah.
It's idiots, bro.
All right, moving on from that now. When did you know the phone? When did you know about Eubank Senior turning up?
On the day. On the day.
Cold. One of the coldest things I've
On the
seen.
day. And I had to keep that quiet.
Yeah, because I suppose he had to slide into the hotel like all.
Yeah, so I left the hotel early because I had another fighter on the show as well. I managed another guy called Brandon Glanton. He fought, so I had to go with him early to the arena. But I did hear about Senior and his costumes.
Yeah.
We all heard about that. It's real though, but I rate it. Did you visit him in the hospital? Then
Yeah.
You visited him
After the fight. And
Yeah. How was he after the fight?
It's dehydrated.
Yeah.
It's dehydrated. And you know, it's like if you just go into a sauna for 25 minutes or go to the
100.
beach and not drink for a while, you feel a bit.
Yeah,
you know?
100%.
So imagine doing all of that, and then you have a fight, and you've been told you can only make your weight, go to this weight, etc.
When he rehydrates.
Yeah. Chris just took the fight 'cause he knew that even that being the case, and I'm not going to be at 100%, I'm still going to win.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why I took the fight. He wouldn't have done that for Canelo or something like that.
Yeah,
No way.
no.
But even I think anyone with sense should kind of understand the hospital part weren't because of no beating. It's because of the hydration.
Yeah, the whole
dehydration, safety measures. I look at as, especially with how depleted he was and what he had to do to his body to go through, and then go and have a fight and take punishment and give punishment. Yeah. You never know what could happen, so it's just sensible. And that's one thing I rate his dad for. Like, I never knocked his dad in anything that he was saying. You know, I don't know how you felt about it while it was building up. I didn't like that it was public, and I didn't like the division, but I understood as a dad where he's coming from in what he was saying. How did you feel about what his dad was saying in the build-up?
So I spoke to the dad differently. I tried to convince the dad to get involved in the fight and whatnot. The dad has certain thoughts about boxing, the promoters, and the rest of it that he's had from the 90s, his experiences with these people. When you check it deep, like the existence of Matchroom, it was a darts company. They got involved with Senior to promote Senior to fight Nigel Benn and whatnot. So he looks at this whole thing completely different to how we look at it, you know. We're coming, and then, you know, look, like Senior got like 800K, Nigel Benn got like $1 million to fight each other. These kids are getting way more.
Numbers are way. When I heard Senior say the other day his biggest payday was 850 bags. 850 bags. I was surprised, bro.
Yeah.
To what these men are getting.
But again, 850 in the early 90s is about 2-3 M.
Yeah.
But still, it's a lot of money.
But it's still,
it's still a lot of money.
It's definitely big bread.
But was
But nothing
Senior
what he would make now with the
was
advertising
was
revenue
Senior
and commercials.
being underpaid back in the day? Because Mike Tyson and Holyfield, them man were making
Big
crazy
bread.
numbers.
Yeah,
That's my
They're
point. I
saying
think they
yes.
were
For the-
underpaid.
for
That's
the-
my
I
point.
feel like he was
I think he was
so,
underpaid.
So it's a complete different. He may not be going technical with us about what's going on right now, but he just don't trust no one.
Yeah,
or
you
whatnot,
don't trust
you know?
the game. Yeah.
So,
It was more the weight classes that I understood what he was on. When he was talking about that and draining your body down and all of that. Because personally, I think without that weight cut for the first fight with Benn, I don't think Junior loses to Liam Smith. That's how I feel. I feel like his body was maybe depleted from that weight cut when he fought Liam Smith. He
Yeah.
went like
In the
100%.
first fight,
In the first.
yeah, I agree. It was too
You
close.
see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree.
That was my feeling anyway.
Yeah.
Because it's nothing to really play
Yeah,
with.
you're
But
spot on.
Yeah, but
Some things I can't say, but you're spot on.
yeah, that's how I felt.
It was too. You know, like I think nearly every fight will tell you that camp's harder than the fight.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
You know, 8 weeks of eating certain foods, waking up early every day. You got strength and conditioning or mad cardio in the morning, and then you go home, rest up, and then you're gonna go spar. And you're sparring man that's just been at home waiting, chilling all day.
Now they get paid to come
All
to
day,
the gym
they're
and
just
punch you up.
thinking-
Yeah.
They're thinking 5 p.m. Eubank, yeah? All right, brother. And they're sitting, and there's 3 of them. So it's like 4 rounds of him, 4 rounds of him, and then 4 rounds of him. Do you know what I mean? And you've woke up early, you've ran, or you've done stretch, so your legs are hurting, your abs are hurting from work, and you got to spar these 3 man who are fresh.
Yeah.
Just to
Sharp
get ready,
facts.
just to get ready so you're ready to fight in 2 months. So it's a lot, you know. Sometimes I've seen loads of boxers not getting the better in sparring. It's not because they can't get the better, it's because he's hurt. this morning.
Yeah. So basically, when you're hearing all this sparring talk, a man saying, "I'm not my man down in sparring."
Yeah, there's a lot behind that,
and
bro.
he's in camp.
Bro, sometimes
Like,
it could be a man. I've seen a man that's a top level fighter. He's doing a Shark Tank.
yeah.
Which means that someone fresh keeps coming in, and you're depleting.
Well, like every round,
Yeah.
someone jumps in. Yeah.
Round 9 of a Shark Tank with the 9th guy, he can barely stand up and he's got knocked over.
Yeah.
And that guy's gone off and talked about, but
it's stupid.
It's not,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not,
but-
it's
but
not what it sounds like.
Yeah,
You know what I
I
mean?
get you.
Some
Sparring is
man
sparring.
will be like 2 weeks away from their fight and they're mad sharp. They might hold up a man that's not in camp.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, yeah, I'll come help you out, get ready. But bro, I need the southpaw, your style is exactly like my man. The person's come off the couch and might get lit up and they'll be like, yeah, I punched up my man. It's like, bro, man, he's not. You see Martin Bacoli
Facts.
off the couch, what happened
Facts.
to him?
Yeah.
Off the couch, you're not really
You're
about
not
it,
ready.
you know?
Yeah, you got boxers one of them things. You got like
Yeah.
when you're in camp, that's the only way you sharpen your tools.
Before I
innit?
got involved with boxing, I used to care about the sparring stuff before, but after, I'm like,
Sparring.
You get it now because you're
Alright,
seeing it.
Let's talk this though, because you've transitioned from a brethren to part of the management team. Yeah. I know he's got a couple managers, whatever, but you're definitely certified as management. No one can't try little money. Because I see sometimes they try to throw little money, but they can't, bro. It's set. The man says it himself and it's set in stone. How did that transition take place and how are you finding that?
so the person that was looking after him at first, who likes to make their money behind the scenes, said to me, so I was in Abu Dhabi and I was doing marketing for the Abu Dhabi tourism for a Bivol event. So I was taking loads of influencers to the event. And then they were just like, why don't you get involved in boxing with Chris? With me and do management. And then I was just like, don't know about that. And then Chris mentioned it as well. He's just like, why not?
Chris is a great brethren to you, by the way.
I
I'm
know.
sure you are to him as well.
Yeah,
but that's see what I'm saying. Anyway, we move. Go on. It don't need to be said. We can see.
And he was just like, he said this word to me. He was like, you love boxing too much to not be making money from it. Like, he fucked up my sleep that day. I thought to myself, right, man must. I'm thinking, is this great advice or does he think I'm an idiot to care about something that I'm not making money about?
Yeah.
So I thought to myself, all right, cool. So then I hollered at him. I said, all right, cool, yeah, let's try this thing. So then I was unsure. And my ex was pushing me. She's going, no, you're gonna smash it. And then I thought, wait, let me get someone neutral because you're supposed to say that. So I phoned Derek Chisora.
She's supposed to say that. For
Yeah.
Not in that way,
that
but
she didn't.
she believes in you. She's
Yeah,
your gal.
yeah.
She's biased, bro.
Yeah, to an extent.
Yeah.
Yes, it's like I'm hearing her completely, but I thought I want to hear it from someone that will just think it. So I phoned Derek Chisora because a lot of my friends, he's probably one of the most blunt people. And I was like, what do you think about me managing fighters? He's like, yeah, bro. He was like, proper positive about it. So I was like, all right, cool. He goes, bro, you'll kill it.
Can you tell Derek to say hello to Doug next time? Because when Doug said hello and he just got a grunt.
At Power, yeah. At Power, imagine I'm seeing Derek, yeah. Like, first time seeing Derek, fan of him, innit? So I've got like,
That enthusiasm.
I'm enthusiastic. I was enthusiastic to meet him. Derek just, he was on War Chisora mode. But then man said,
I said because of your size.
Then
Your
man said,
size
nah,
is
he's in camp. You get me? Like, so yeah, oil up yourself, Derek, man. Come on, man.
Now, when you get to know Derek, Derek's cool. Derek's
Yeah, I
like,
didn't think nothing of it. You
Nah,
don't
we're just
know me,
running
innit? You
jokes.
don't know me,
Yeah.
innit?
he sends
I could
me
be anyone.
hella memes. He's a proper funny guy, but there is the other times when like he's just like winding up. Well, when he used to go out, hotting up club doors and whatnot. But overall, he's a proper good guy.
Yeah, and you can see that. You
can see that, man.
Yeah, 100%.
That's why man's a fan of you.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, but carry on. What you
Yeah. So then he said to me, "Yeah, cool." So I thought to myself, "All right, cool." But then I got cold feet. I thought to myself, "What if I just say I'm a manager and then no one wants to sign for me, and then I'm out here saying I'm a manager?"
Yeah.
Yeah, do you know, I was just got nervous about it. Then I just thought, nah, man, I can do this. I've got the Eubank's co-signing me. That's big. Surely,
I was gonna say that, brother.
surely.
Yeah, good to go.
But you know, like when you ain't done something, it's like
You don't know what's on the other side of the
don't
door,
know
kind of thing.
Yeah. So I was like, surely. So then I started, and then bang, signed Andrew Tabiti from America.
I know about Andrew Tabiti.
Yeah, he was the first guy I signed. He's cruiserweight, heavyweight, fights in both divisions. Then I signed. Then I rang up Lyndon Arthur And,
Shout out Lyndon.
and I was like, bro, who's the best younger in your ends? And he told me one new Mauro Silva. He's like, yo, this youth's bad. But he's trained by Anthony Crolla. So then I've reached out to Crolla, and then I was like, are you still working with my man? He's like, nah. So I said, so I can sign him? He's like, yeah, I'll give you the blessing. I was like, cool. Anthony Crolla's a good guy as well.
$1 million crawler. Only true boxing people gonna know about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know who that was. Yeah.
No,
He's
proper.
Yeah, proper fighter from Manchester. So then I signed him. Then my Mexican brother hooked me up with some fucking rugged Mexican in Mexico called Rene Teles Giron.
Even the name alone, blood, sounds.
Hands are like.
Yeah, he's on the smoke.
Head movement.
I've done big fights with him. So then I signed him. Then I just started signing more and more fighters, and then got the show on the road. Like, and in terms of the promoters, I had a half-hearted relationship with them all already. I knew Eddie Hearn and Frank Smith from ages ago because obviously going to the shows with Chris and whatnot, so everyone's sort of familiar with me from ages. But I thought, all I've got to do is the same telephone numbers that I have. I just now talk about business, and then what I didn't have was America. So I thought, well, of course, if I try and do fights, and I sort of did not understand why English managers and fighters don't fight in America much. You don't see many man. It's like, unless it's like Ricky Hatton going to Vegas, you don't see man going Vegas or man going New York. I always thought to myself, why? It's not just the main event. There's loads of fights on them cards, and American stuff come over here. So I don't know. It's just like it's a stigma of England. They just want to stay here, like in football.
Yeah.
Every country in the world they play in every league, but Englishmen just want to play here.
Yeah.
So I thought to myself, no, I'm gonna work over there as well.
Yeah.
So I thought, I'm reaching out to them. I searched the internet, got everyone's contact, Golden Boy, Top Rank, PBC. But I started harassing them all, emailing them, WhatsApping them, calling them. And then obviously, I got Chris, but I can't offer them Chris because Chris, we know what we want to do with him. So then I started approaching fighters that I knew I could get some work out of them, and work for them over there. And then, and then now I do hella fights with Top Rank. And I ended up signing Tevin Farmer. I did 3 fights with Tevin Farmer.
Yeah.
I was telling the man about Tevin Farmer the other day.
Yeah.
Proper fighter, man.
Yeah.
Proper fighter.
So Tevin Farmer. And so in the last year, I've had a main event with Matchroom, Top Rank, Golden Boy, Queensbury, all of them.
Yeah, man's working. So how many fighters do you have under your belt in a minute?
12.
Yeah, that's big.
12.
That's it.
And it's going to get some more as well.
Building.
Yeah. So yeah, it's good, man. It's good. I enjoy it. Look, as I said, boxing, football, and athletics are the 3 sports that I like. To be working in boxing, it's like when fighters, like, and to be honest with you, after the Billy Joe event, a lot of people start hollering me.
Yeah, because your name was calling. And as a manager, everyone, Eubank's manager.
Yeah.
So
So a lot of fighters.
I thought to myself, this has to work for you. Business.
It did. So it made me, like, I know loads of people just like, oh, Billy Joe was being racist. Why? I thought to myself, bro, I ain't got energy to.
We know how these men are. It's not new to us.
Man operate.
Yeah, come. Listen, when I saw that he said, "Oh yeah, you rubber lips and you this," but he's been saying that for a long time, bro. You know when a man says something like that.
Old school, man. Know when man really.
And you know what? God didn't want me and John to hear that at the time, because that's what would have made us not behave. I didn't hear it, bro. I woke up the next day, and there were so many videos about it, and people were saying it. And I was like, who's rubber lips? What are you talking about? And I had to keep hearing it. And I'm like, oh shit, is that what my man said? And I said, I told F1 John.
Quick.
I'm like, John, did you hear what my man said? He goes, no, what? And then I'm just like, listen to the video again. And he's like, oh shit. But obviously, where he's talking.
God didn't want you, man, to hear that.
Nah.
Yeah,
because there's we're not gonna, you know, we're on display, the world's watching. You end up throwing man through the wall. You're just gonna be the bad guy.
Oh, they look like terrible.
Yeah, it's gonna look like Eubank's people.
And the rubber lip wouldn't even.
Then they're gonna bring up. They're gonna bring up
the rubber lip.
No, they're gonna hear that. They're gonna bring up the tune, crack your skull and all them things. That's what they're gonna break. They're gonna bring up the break your back video with
There's many people in comments and
they're
stuff
gonna say all of
saying,
that. Fug and all of them.
I'm an ex I'm an ex-prisoner.
Yeah.
MMA cage fighter. I'm thinking,
Yeah,
I've never
yeah,
even been
man.
in a cage in my life.
Yeah,
I
man,
wasn't
it's
aware
big,
that
but
people
people
get
But
shit.
that's what people make up any narrative they want to push.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad that it went the way it went. So yeah, management's popping off. Boohoo Man.
So Boohoo Man, so the owner of Boohoo Man is the brother of the Pretty Little Thing CEO. So obviously, when I'm working with Pretty Little Thing, a lot of the links I have, i.e. the artist and stuff, I can just pattern up. I was just patterning up the brother. So then, I was just giving him loads of artists, loads of. I signed up a lot of people to Boohoo Man. I got him Simeon Panda.
Yeah.
Obviously Simeon, I've known from Highbury Angel days.
Who's stronger, you or Simeon?
Depends on the exercise.
I like the man that. See, for man to debate it, you know. Yeah, you man are
I'm
strong.
not even giving him that one. You get me?
Yeah, I rate it. Carry on. That was just me being silly. Carry on.
Depends on the exercise. But you know what? Pound for pound, he's stronger because I'm a bit heavier than him. And we do similar-ish weight.
Yeah.
Pound for pound, he's stronger. But I can do some stuff heavier than him, and he can do some stuff heavier than me.
Yeah, it's irrelevant really. Just pick up the man then for being strong. Yeah. Supposed to be. You know them way there. It's not always got to be competitive. I was just saying that for the sake of asking. What's the plans moving forward? Right now? What's your number one priority?
Improving my roster, boxing roster.
What's the management company called?
Nova Sport. Yeah, improving the roster, getting more young talent. So I understand. So see with boxing, right? It's quite a tough sport because like there's some fighters who are wicked, but they can't sell.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to. A big part of it is there's boxers. Sorry to cut you. There's boxers that you might know more of that aren't as great as other boxers, but they've just been pushed more by the promoter because they sell tickets.
Yes,
that's the game.
Yeah.
Go on, carry on.
So, like when I got into boxing, I understood because I'm just like friends with AJ, friends with Chisora, Eubank. This is not real life. Like you know, like you got the man that are fighting and you're calling them, not right. These type of shows, when I first got into boxing, I just presumed every promoter pays. So, but then when you start speaking to the boxers on a small hall, they don't pay. They just put on fighters that can sell tickets.
Yeah.
So, them fighters are fighting journeymen. Journeymen are considered fighters that have got like 10 wins, 50 losses, and they will get paid like 1,000 a round or 500 a round. So you pay them from what you can sell. So if you can't sell, you can't fight because who's paying them? So unless you're getting a sponsor, you're doomed. So there's so much man that's got this problem. They're like, they can fight as hell, but they got no money back in, and they can't sell tickets, and they don't have the amateur background to get signed by a Queensbury, Matchroom, or Top Rank or something, because that's who they sign.
Yeah.
They sign the guys with the amateur background because it's giving them the indication it's worth investing into them.
Yeah, they're seeing the proven record.
Yes.
Then.
You have a few times you got Anthony Yard and a few people that didn't really have the strongest
pedigree.
amateur pedigree. Eubank's a bit the same.
Yeah.
But you just look at them and say like physically he's got it and he can improve. But most cases, you know, AJ's from the amateur background. What's his name? Amir Khan's from the amateur background. Loads of them.
Bellew. They've all got amateur.
Bellew, Boatsi, Lawrence Okoli, loads of them. You know, even Moses Atomo was like undefeated in amateurs.
Most of them, but Luke Campbell, it goes on.
All of them, So that's who the big promotions have put their trust into them ones. So now I understand that. I know that I have to, unless you want to pump money into the sport, I think I need to sign some of the best young amateur, like guys coming out of the amateurs that want to turn pro. Sign them because I've got the link with the promoters that they'd want to sign to.
They're jumping the gun. You know that you're getting it early.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah.
So in the beginning, I was focusing on your Tevin Farmers and Andrew Tabitis because they had the name. And when I'm sitting down with people and they're like, "Who have you worked with before?" Then I can say, Eubank, Farmer. Now.
It's always best to get untapped talent. If that's what you're on now, so you're saying now you're focusing a piece more on the up and coming.
Yeah, either I want fighters that are top 15 in the world or top 25 in the world, and they're close to getting big fights. Either that spectrum or the young talent.
How do they get on your radar? Are you pulling up at events? Are you looking at
the search
rankings?
searching the web?
Okay, so you're not pulling up at certain shows. They're not going to see you at the small
I'm in
show.
Dubai.
Yeah. Man's in Dubai living. I ain't got time for all of that. shit.
I'm in Dubai.
Yeah,
but
email,
you-
man. Listen, for those that listen, for the boxer now that's thinking, how am I going to get seen? Email something over, some videos over. Let the man email it over. What's the email address for that? No, I won't put it out here. Do the research. Don't be lazy. Do the
But I feel like
research.
that's the
find
blessing.
it.
I feel like, but that is
Look
the
it
blessing
up.
of what we have now in terms
Yeah,
of
yeah,
technology.
if you wanna- yeah,
that
you can be
can
seen
actually
now.
sit there, chilling in Dubai,
Yeah.
chilling and watch countless fights.
And you
Yeah.
will watch.
Do you watch a lot?
Yeah,
Do you watch
I watch a lot.
100%,
I find it,
100%.
yeah.
Because realistically, who's got time to go and watch all of these fights? So yeah, send over
Yeah,
something.
it's a lot of travelling.
Yeah, and it's good to have more promoters in. I saw when Eddie Hearn, he's got this tone when he's speaking to people, innit? I see, like, you know what I see, you're nodding already, innit? Like, he's bigging you up, but he's not. You know what I was like, you're doing well, ain't you?
Yeah.
All of that. But yeah, we're coming, man. The man on the rise,
they're
man.
on the
The
rise,
man on the
man.
rise.
Yeah.
So nah, respect for that and what you're doing there. What else have we got to look out for, Naps? Tell us what else is going on. We don't want to miss nothing in there today. Napa Fitness, is that still going on, or you haven't got time for that now? But just personal. If the bag's right.
Yeah, like the fitness thing, having an influencer fight, all of this stuff. There's only so much I can do with my day,
Telling you, bro.
you know.
Yeah.
So the fitness thing, I'm not really pushing it as much as before.
Done that.
Yeah, it's just I don't like to repeat as well. It's like I couldn't go back into promoting.
Yeah.
The only thing I might repeat is music.
I was going to ask
Would you
that.
say power game and
But
a taste for it again?
on a very laxy daisy way, if the feature makes sense.
Yeah.
If the feature makes sense. I'm not gonna be out here saying like download this or whatnot, but if the feature makes sense, yeah. I did get a little itch for it after the PAL performance.
Yeah.
And yeah, music, maybe. But football, I'm gonna get into football soon.
Football management.
Agency stuff.
Yeah, agent.
I've had a few people reach out to me, wanting to do some stuff, and yeah, it's on the radar. The money in that is incredible.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And a
10%,
couple of my bridges are football agents.
10% of the transfer fee,
Yeah.
and then 5% of their weekly wages to
Serious.
the company. That's
So every week they're getting paid, you're getting 5%.
every single
No,
agent
two
you
agents.
can think of.
They're gone.
Every single agent you can think of, that's what they're getting. Whether it's them on their own or whether it's them as a company, that's what the company or that's what that person's getting.
Yeah.
Google Ronaldo's agent, how much money he makes.
Yeah, he's
No,
up.
that's different.
Is that the Mendes brother?
Mental.
Is it the Mendes?
mental.
Yeah, he's gone.
Mental. Yeah, I respect it.
5% of wages, I didn't even know.
I'd love to work in athletics, but there's just no money in it.
Yeah.
There's no money.
What was your event? Because you must have
Triple
done.
jump and 100 meters.
I hear it.
Oh, seriously, she's fast, yeah?
Yeah.
What's your fastest 100 meters?
10-9 at 16.
He's all right.
But there was man that were faster.
You were
though.
ducking man down before you cracked their skull. Like.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, serious talk.
Yeah, that's
They-
pace.
they-
10-9 is quick.
10-9's quick.
I feel like I
From
was
his
in the
under
10s.
11.
I feel like I was in
I
the
did.
10s.
For real?
I did.
Yeah, I was quick back in the day.
Now
I
you
was
feel like you was under the 10, but you weren't.
Well,
you
you
might
know,
have actually.
we did have no official timing, but I feel like I was in the 10s.
Still has stopwatches there.
Yeah.
You was in the 10s?
I don't
Brother,
think
I'm
you
gonna
was in the
post
10.
something later on. Let you
But
man
no, I'm
know.
not gonna doubt my brethren. If he says he was in the
I'm gonna
10,
post something later
In
on.
the
I'm gonna
10s.
tag you in something. I'm pretty sure that when I was around them ages, 16, 17,
he was running 10-9.
I was quick. I'm known for pace, man. Even in my old age, I'm still quick.
Did you run for a club?
Nah, I didn't get into all of that.
Did you win any tournaments like?
I did like
Brother,
the,
did
I
you
did
win
the
sports
borough
day?
thing. I
Did you
did
win
the borough
sports
thing.
day?
You know, like
And
you
did
do
you
the
win?
boroughs.
The
Like,
man-
yeah, I won.
brother,
I did the borough
was
thing.
you the fastest in your school?
Yeah, 100%.
He went your school though. There's people. There's
he
brothers
did.
here that went your school, fam.
He went in my
If
year.
you weren't,
I went in my year. He didn't
hear
come
that.
my sports day.
I hear that. I hear
Come my
that.
sports. I don't know what sports day you
Rebuttal
was at.
thing. So you was the
It's
fastest in your
Sutcliffe
school.
Park, running.
10-9 is rapid, right?
Yeah,
That's,
rapid.
you should be running for like Black
10-9, you'd get that someone would have said you
Yeah,
come
but the
around
roads
for.
was cooling.
The roads was cool.
Do you know who was really fast? My age group, Mark Lewis Francis.
I know the
He,
name.
He
was
was
he,
an Olympian.
he runs though. Yeah, he
yeah,
runs. That's why,
yeah.
of course, he was
like a
really
year
fast.
older. Yeah, but when I was running them times, I used to hear this youth in Birmingham that's doing like 10-5,
Yeah.
10-6, 10-5, 10-4. So I mean,
Right,
not 16.
not now. I think they'll probably win, but peak speed times, you beating Ghetts.
At my peak.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I would have cooked him.
But now though,
I don't know about now.
yeah, no, I don't think he will. What about Stormzy, because Stormzy's another one that races people.
Yeah,
innit?
and Bino. Bino thinks he's quick as well. I seen him race Vic and he raced Vic and someone else.
I saw
Chisel.
that. I saw
Chisel.
that thing.
Yeah.
Them man, yeah. We need to get some.
That Vic guy's mad funny though.
Yeah. Vic said, "I'm not racing again." He didn't even win the first
Yeah,
race.
yeah,
when
it's
he
clever,
raced,
he's
when
smart.
he
First
raced
race.
me and bust his hammy.
Hammy healed real quick for the next
real
race.
quick for the
I
next
saw,
race.
I saw another one, Chizo versus Forza.
Oh, I ain't seen that.
Yeah, Forza was lying him and then his hamstring went.
shit.
Forza,
Man, them need to stretch before they
Forza's
do this.
unbelievable, yeah.
Everyone's just blowing hammies. and
Forza's
racing,
fast,
man.
you know.
Yeah, is it? Yeah.
He easy to athletics as well.
Man,
Yeah.
they need to allow.
Yeah.
Man, need to stretch a piece before they just think they can just run again. It's not,
Yeah.
It's not 10
this
years
is it.
ago.
Nah,
Man,
yeah,
they-
this is what I'm
100%.
saying.
Yeah, you have
I'd
to limber up.
I'd literally, to race now, I'd have to go into camp for at least 6-7 months.
That's it, for 100 meters.
For 100 meters, maybe 50
good,
meters.
mate. Good.
I used to do training with Lawrence Sokoli and O'Hara Davies.
Yeah.
This was like 2016.
Yeah.
And I ran a 7.0 60 meter then.
7060. That's quick.
Yeah.
What now?
2016. Yeah.
What, like bench, like how you are now?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's quick.
Yeah, but once you got the fast twitch, you're still gonna.
Yeah, once you got the techers,
Yeah.
because there's a technique to running.
Took me a while to get it back again, but yeah, I had to stop training shoulders
Yeah,
That's what fucks it up, you know.
Yeah.
It's weird to you.
Yeah.
Shoulders shuts
and
low.
and loads
Loads
of
of
reps on
everything.
chest.
Yeah,
I just was doing heavy on chest, but back and legs I'd do, but I wouldn't do shoulder because I needed to be able to pump my arm. I couldn't be stiff.
So was you lot building up for that? Like it was like a whole training thing that.
Because
you
I was
did
like, I was helping them with their training. So then I started running with them. And then obviously when I was running, I realized my movement's not like it was once upon a time when I was young. So I thought, right, let me cut out some stuff and let me see if I can think it. So when I stopped training shoulders and stopped doing like high reps or drop sets on chest and just kept everything like just strength, like 5 reps and everything came back
Yeah.
after like a month.
How much do you do conditioning now? Like in terms of like,
Cardio.
like
Now,
cardio and even
now
just limbering up, like because us
Oh,
big
just
guys,
general,
just that even
yeah,
sprinting, you got.
I haven't sprinted. I got.
I
small
think there's a certain
injuries.
time, man, they have to ease up on the sprinting a little piece, depending on what other stuff you're doing as well.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing, as you
You're
get bigger and
risking
seize, like our body starts to seize up.
Yeah,
a little
yeah,
bit.
yeah.
Like,
I want to do
movement,
it.
but that's what I'm
movement's
saying. You still
important.
do movement training in that
No,
sense.
but
Movement
I now when I train, I just do weights, and then after that, I do half an hour cardio after, like low intensity stuff, like incline walk or stairmaster, something like that. You still got to like.
More
Man, got to
fat
remember as well.
burning
You still got
base,
to train the
moving,
heart.
exercise the
Man,
heart.
go gym every day.
Talk to
and
them.
then, and their heart rate. If you do 10 reps and sit down and wait for 2-3 minutes, you're training your muscle, but you're not training your heart.
Yeah, you gotta keep the
Superset.
heart pumping.
Yeah,
I'm a
always.
superset. That's all I do, superset.
I actually even
But
do.
I've changed my body type a lot doing that as well.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah, I actually now do superset is the least I do. So what I've been doing as well now is because I just feel like I've been training for 20 odd years. It's not like I'm going to lose stuff really. So I would do like 4 exercises. Let's say like 1 chest, 1 back, 1 shoulder, 1 arm, and do like 10 reps, 10 reps, 10 reps, 10 reps. Rest 30 seconds. 10, 10, 10, 10. Rest 30 seconds and do 10 rounds. So it would take me 30 minutes if I'm blitzing through, 35 minutes if I'm like this. But then that's 400 reps. Now, if I train chest normally, flat bench, 3 or 4 sets of 10, that's 40. And then if you do another exercise, that's 30 or 40, you end up doing 150 or 200 reps a session. So I'm now doing double the reps in half the time. It's way better.
What kind of weight you working with to do that? So,
Big weights.
So I'll do like 100 kg on bench, 10 reps, lat pull down, 80 kg, 10 reps, maybe like dips, 10 dips, and then bicep like 30 kg bar, 10 reps.
See, this is
Rest.
the kind of training that I want to get my brethren on. Remember when I said to you, drop the weights? But it's hard though. When you're big, how did you get to the time where, because I got to that time where you're comfortable to know I might lose a bit of mass with this, but it's better for me. Because remember when I said to you, drop the weight, Doug, and you was like, yeah, but man naturally like to feel, you know how it goes already.
like,
man them don't like to lose no weight, you know.
nah.
It's psychologically.
But sometimes,
You know,
But I think it's beneficial, bro, in the
My
long
thing
run.
was that the little elbow little problem.
yeah.
The little
Brother.
niggles.
Shoulders, man, the shoulders. Yeah,
Brother.
yeah. Since I met Pans, he's been moaning about the shoulders.
Potato
bro.
cuffs.
Like,
Yeah.
since
Left
we-
and
since we
right,
start-
bro.
Since the first episode of the show.
Lower
Nah,
back,
not
right.
since then. Not
I
since
like
then.
that since
But
the
yeah,
first
for the
episode
last
of
year,
the
for
show. All
last
I've been
year.
hearing is
Nah, bare injuries though. Yeah, you're right.
It
You're
started
right.
with free weights.
It's always free weight.
Bro,
Always.
I used to do 4 plates on chest weekly.
Yeah.
When if I can do 3 plates cold, but see when that type of weight is on, like when I feel it nowadays, it's just like
Yeah, it's a lot of
my
pressure.
elbow. I
elbow,
feel
bro.
something,
Yeah.
so I can ignore it. I can do it. I can ignore it, but then you do more and more.
That's
and
what
more.
I did.
Yeah,
I
I don't
ignored
ego
it.
lift no
I
more.
ignored it until it made me listen to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You understand? That's what bare little knocks, bare tennis
Now you got
elbows.
to take the glucosamine. I got to take the fish rolls. I got
There
to,
you go.
like,
But
you gotta take
there's
your
nothing
vitamins
wrong
and
with
all that
switching
properly.
it up though. You have to adapt your training anyway.
Yeah.
and you have to add recovery. I add recovery days now.
Yeah.
So there's some days, so like, sometimes you feel a bit sore. I think to myself, I'm not going to train today. I'm going to get a massage. I'm going to do a little sauna.
Sauna, steam.
Yeah.
Nice.
Spa day.
Yeah.
Come
yeah,
on.
Yeah, do
third
like that type
spacing
of
and
stuff.
Yeah, come on.
Or
See?
even it's more like, it's like infrared
Infrared sauna.
saunas,
Come on.
infrared light therapy, all that type of stuff.
Yeah, my sauna ain't, my gym ain't got all of that.
I got a spot for that still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the infrared thing.
Infrared thing.
Recovery is
sick.
big.
Yeah. Got it needed, man. As we get older, it's
Giving
much
them hella
needed.
game in this episode today.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, you know what I mean? They know what it is.
They're understanding what it takes to keep constantly be in shape all year round.
And just the mental strength to do it as well.
Yeah.
That's a big part of it. Getting up to go and do it. No one ain't pushing you out the door to get yourself up to go and do it. To lay down and do the abs or whatever it takes.
Yeah.
It's not. It's you versus you at times. But you're around one of the most disciplined people as well. So that's why you two probably get on so well as well.
Yeah.
Is there going to be a rematch?
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
It don't make sense to do. I don't even think if Chris thought Canelo was bigger than fighting.
Yes.
Ben.
Is
I
it
mean,
the-
it's bigger in boxing.
Yeah.
It's on another planet in boxing.
Right.
But just the people.
I feel like that night was a legendary night. Like the atmosphere, like even everyone around it, the buzz around it, even the fight itself, like didn't disappoint one bit. And I think you're right in saying that there's no bigger fight for the UK than that rematch.
Is it going to be at the same weights, same rehydration clauses, everything, or can there be some things tweaked just to make it? Because you
This
know,
is
there's some people that find it a certain way just to make it safe and to make it,
This is what we're gonna go over. It's got to make health sense.
Yes.
But because
make
Chris
health
won,
sense.
does it mean that it can be kind of more on his terms now?
People could be ignorant. No one's got a gun to Maxim or Conor Benn's head to say yes to
And
anything.
everyone's got
Yeah.
options.
But if
Everyone's
they
got
like the
options, but if
money-
they want the biggest bread.
But you know what? I actually don't mind Conor Benn as such, but he did say one thing that didn't go down too well. It was just like, I saw an interview and he was like, Chris is in hospital being a drama queen. And I just thought to myself, well, really and truly, he agreed to something to help you make mad paper. He's dehydrated as fuck because of it, and you're taking him like you're saying it like to say he's pretending or like I thought to myself, that's not really. So it's just like when it comes to the next time, it's like we've got to make it make sense, because when my man's fucked and dehydrated, you man are just saying he's being a drama queen.
Yeah.
But then you're buying Rolls Royce and whatnot
With the money he took from his
the
quiet
drama
too.
queen.
Yeah. Literally.
Come on, bro. My man was dehydrated as fuck.
Could see it.
Yeah.
Even on the day of the fight, where most people would be like rehydrating and stuff like. My man, Chris was just like resting. He was just fucked. He was fucked. But there's something in him that I don't know where it comes from. The energy he had that night, I had not seen it all camp. To throw 122 punches in round 12, dehydrated, 114 of them power punches at middleweight is unheard of.
Yeah.
I ain't seen no.
He turned the clock back still.
Yeah. 100%.
I said to there's a guy, Spencer Farron. He knows.
Come on, we know.
Yeah, we had Spencer
I said to
on here,
Spencer,
my guy
find
as
me a
well.
middleweight that's done that before, because I think it's the most a middleweight's ever done.
Yeah.
I think. I'm not 100% sure. I said, you're Mr. Master Knowledge. And he still ain't come back to me and said to me anything, because you don't throw them type of numbers, bro.
Yeah.
Chris in them, there was a stat like Chris in those last three rounds threw more punches than Haney and
Yeah, the whole card.
the whole card, blood.
Yeah. Yeah, it went mad.
And he's not even at 100.
And I feel like from the I also feel like from the 9th on, the man was fighting with spirit, like because you could tell that the fight.
Like Conor was
More
as
so
well.
Chris.
Yeah.
More so Chris. Conor still had his legs under him
Yeah.
and still had he wasn't as drained as Chris. Chris was just
he's not
fighting
as
with
Jay,
Will.
because
and
Connor's
that-
fit. You got to give him
Yeah,
that. Conor is fit.
No, so's Chris, but it's the body's depleted, so he can't move the legs the way he wants to move the legs. But his will. See, one thing I see with Eubank over the years, because I've watched Eubank from they started showing his fights on TV. I watched boxing, innit? So that's why I said Channel 5. Like, I've watched his fights, and he's got this mentality that I like, innit? Like it's a darkness to him when he wants to get. He's dark blood.
Yeah.
Spiteful.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Very.
So when he's locked in and he's like, right, this is what it's gonna have to be now. I'm gonna just throw these hands and whatever. His mentality is different, bro. So that's why I think that's what carried him across the line.
This is why, you see when Liam Smith stopped him, yeah? You see how he jumped up and was saying no? Because he's thinking, no, you man don't understand. I'm about this. I'm about going on the floor, being fucked, getting up, then putting him on the floor. So that's why he was so pissed off.
Do it.
He's like, but obviously man don't know. They're thinking, oh mate, you look like you're done.
Nah,
Let's
it's
stop
because
it.
his brain's rattled, but he's saying his will's
I'm-
getting
yeah,
up,
his
but
will's
but
like,
his
nah.
mind,
He's
but
like,
his
this
body's
is
not
what I've been
coming
waiting
with
for.
it.
That's what I'm gonna say.
This is what I've been
He's like,
waiting. I've been
is this
waiting
what
for
we're
this
doing?
day.
Yeah, come on, roll. Let's go
I've been
again.
waiting. I've been
Yeah.
waiting for someone to do this for me. I'm gonna get up and then do it back to my man. He's been wanting to be in a. That's why he wanted to fight Golovkin and all these guys, because he knew these type of fights are the fights that are gonna bring it out.
Bring it out. Yes, take man to them levels. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, because all his other big fights was against George Groves. He was just too big.
Yeah.
James DeGale just didn't want it. He was a bit negative, and Saunders runs. So his other big fights, he wasn't able to show that side of him. You know.
Yeah.
What do you think was his best right now at this stage? It's whatever, but what do you think was his best weight class? I think he was a middle. I don't think super middle was really his weight class.
I think
when he was
middle.
fighting them, man. Middle, innit?
I think middle, if he stayed at middle instead of doing the
I think
whole
he'd have
jumping
been a-
up
I
and
think he'd
down.
be the world champion.
But at the same time, the amount of money that he got offered to do that in that tournament compared to what he was making at the time,
Yeah, the Super Six, yeah?
yeah,
Yeah, Super 6 was
that
big,
changed his life.
Yeah, yeah.
That was Saudi money back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
And it's business at the end of the
Yeah.
day. And daring to be great as well. Because
Who was in the Super 6?
It was
George Groves, the Smith, one of which
Callum
was it?
Smith.
Callum Smith.
George Groves, Chris, there's a guy
What's the
called
Turkish guy that he knocked out again?
Yildirim.
Yeah.
Jamie Cox, Jürgen Bremer, and then there was some other guy, Eric Soglin, and I don't remember the 8th guy. No, I do. Rob Bryant, I think.
Yeah.
I might be
Good
wrong.
lineup, though. Yeah. Proper.
I mean, if they did it now, it'd be a lot better. At 168, it would be Caleb Plant, Charlo, Canelo, Belanga. Like the division's more exciting now than then. But at that time, that was a good lineup for sure.
Yeah, proper.
That was a good lineup.
You said you might want a celebrity fight. Anyone you think of that comes to mind? If you was for the right, I know you said for the right price.
Yeah, I would only do it if it was someone that win, lose or draw uplifted me and my name as a person. I'm not gonna go. Let me say someone's name. I'm not gonna go and fight. I don't know, some fitness YouTuber. I'm not gonna fight Arms Cologne's my boy. Let me just use his name. I'm not gonna fight Arms Cologne because it's just like, nah. I would fight like, I don't know, Didier Drogba.
I get it.
I get what you're saying.
It has to
Yeah,
make
yeah,
sense and
yeah,
like
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
upgrade
Has
the
to
lifestyle.
make
as
Yeah,
well.
upgrade me.
No,
yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
I
But
get
he
it.
might,
Like, what
someone
about-
like
what-
that
or
might
that-
not want to fight me.
Or what about that brother that he does acting, the white brother, but he's big, and he had a fight with the Iranian, but then they did it.
Four?
Yeah, no, not the 4 one. He's what's his name, man? And he's UK, and he
The
has tattoos.
I know you're talking about.
he-
I can't think of his name right now. I
But
know
then
you're
he was
talking
going to do the celebrity boxing. I think it was in
something
Dubai
like
or
that.
something
Because
like
them,
that. and
them
then-
type of thing can open Hollywood doors.
Yeah,
course.
you see what I'm saying? Because he's got his little following and doing not
Yeah.
even little. He's got a big following because he's
100%.
like he does a lot of films and he does a lot of stuntman stuff. He's big.
I wouldn't fight anyone that's in the urban UK
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
That's only just gonna that everyone already knows that's Napa.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna fight someone from that.
You want to open new
yeah.
audiences.
Does that make sense?
Yeah,
No,
open
it's
up
not
all this.
Business,
disrespectfully
bro.
at all.
No, it's business.
Because
It's
I don't,
business.
because that's not what
Like
I do.
an Eddie Hall.
No.
What about like
Business.
an Eddie Hall or
Business.
something?
I'm not trying to get a punch off him, but yeah.
Yeah, super heavyweights.
Bro, I went to Eddie Hall's fight, yeah?
Eddie Hall can fight, you know.
Let me tell you something. I've been to a lot of heavyweight. I've been to hundreds of boxing fights. He threw some of the hardest punches I've seen live.
Serious.
No technique or nothing, though.
Yeah, but
Raw power.
Bro, the power was mental.
yeah.
Yeah, he's punching that strength through your head. That's
power.
punching that. Yeah,
man
through your
carry
head.
boulders and
Yeah,
that.
he's
Yeah,
punching
yeah,
that through your head.
Yeah, the
different.
power.
That connects.
The
Yeah.
power was mad.
I like the way you set that straight. Nah, no Eddie.
All right, before we move on, let's quickly give do a quick plug. The good people at Agent. Go and see them. Register. Get your hair products for that growth. You know, get that top growing.
Oh,
You see what I'm saying? Get the beard right. Get the beard right. Them man, they are patterning the thing different. Register. I've been using this shit for about 5 months now, nigga. Pattern up. Get your shit organised. Go and see them man there. Sign up.
That's
Register.
how I know man sitting sweet in his head.
Register. And just register. That website's across the front of the screen. Register for your hair and beard treatment. T, you've been using the beard treatment for a minute. How you feeling?
They're just filling out.
Beard's feeling out. What about the hair? You've been using the hair one as well.
Hair one as well. Hair's growing out as well.
That's why he's
Everything's
rocking the.
proper.
Yeah,
Come on.
I understand.
Right,
I know Daps has been
got the
using
do-rag
it.
underneath
Daps
that,
has been
yeah.
using it. Everyone's been using it, and also they've got the Viagra, the Cialis, you know, for the enhanced performance in the bedroom. Or if you're having any issues in that department, Agent. The website's going across the screen. Use the code WTP2, and they'll help pattern your thing. They'll help sort it out. Registered, pharmaceutically registered company, not no joke thing. But anyway, we move on.
I don't know what's happened in the last 3 years, but like girls I'd speak to nowadays, they just want money, bro.
Yeah, the motives are different right now.
And you know what the new term they have? I like to feel good in my feminine energy.
Yeah, all of that shit. Facts.
Bro, no, you just want peace.
Yeah.
Being in your feminine energy is things being paid for. You just want money.
Yeah.
But there's nothing wrong with it. And I don't
No, there is something wrong with it, bro. They can't be just wanting money, bro. You can be in your feminine energy and be in your role as a woman.
Yeah.
That don't have to also equate to you wanting money. Because you can be in your feminine energy, say, I want to look after you as a man, I want to take care of you, I want to take care of children, I want to cook, I want to this, I want to that. You're in your feminine energy. How does a transaction or money transaction?
Do you know why I say
Prostitution.
no? Do you know why I say there's nothing wrong with it? I do agree with what you're saying, but it's because there are people out there that would do it, that would say, "Hey, babes, hold this," or you know what? I want to get to know you. I'll cover this, and this.
So now you're talking the game, though. If you're
Yeah.
talking the game, come on, we know the game,
That's
bro.
out there.
No, if we're
That's
talking
out
the game.
there.
I play the game.
Yeah.
We play the game at times.
Yeah.
But I'm
Definitely
talking
out
about
there. Yeah,
as far as moral compass, it's different. Because if we're talking the game,
I wouldn't raise my daughter to think like
all
that.
right,
Yeah.
there we go. So that's what I'm talking. Those are two different things.
there's the
But
game out there.
I respect game.
And-
I
and-
respect game, bro. So if
Yeah.
there's a guy out there saying, "Yeah, I'm gonna get this bread, and this is how I'm gonna do it," and there's a guy.
There's
let me not
loads-
point that
there's
direction.
loads of
There's
man
a
that
guy
will do
over
it.
there.
But I
Just
think-
gonna
but
do
I
it.
feel like-
Do your
I
thing.
think
Get your
there's-
bread.
Yes.
But I feel like
I'm
there's
with
a
that.
difference though. Like with the
I'm
women
with
have
that.
to be like
Game is game,
So
bro.
there's like you said, wanting money, and there's also wanting that security of a man that takes care of them. And
Oh, that's different.
But that's what I'm trying
That's
to say.
different.
Like it's two different things.
Protector, provider. There's man.
Because there's guys that are chasing money that want want bread off, man. Like they literally, yeah, babes, where's my bread? This, that, da, and they're not like treating it in a way that their outlook on it is different from the women that are just loving the security
there's
of a man
levels
and
to it,
loving
yeah.
them.
Levels
You get
to
what
There's
I
some
mean?
girls that just don't want a stress. Like they don't want to be like, oh my God, how am I going to pay the rent? How am I going to think it? So if you're the man in my life,
They would like
and
you
I've
to-
got all these worries,
Yeah. They would
I'd like you to help me.
Yeah, or
yeah,
like some
all
that
that
their
stuff.
dad looked
That's
after
like
their
me, yeah.
mum like
Fair
that.
play.
Like the dad looked after the
No,
mum
that's
like
why I
that.
say gender
And they've
roles.
grown
Old
up
school
seeing
ways.
that, yeah, like,
Old
and
school ways
that's
can
how
work.
they grow
But
up.
old school ways, your mum and your granny were humble. They weren't running no one down for nothing. They were getting their little money. They might go one food shop, go market, come back. They weren't talking
facts.
about no
Look,
bag and purse,
It's
and
gone, it's
lips
done.
and nails and
That's
all
why
of
we
that.
can't
You
think
see
of that
what I'm
because
saying?
them gal are done.
Yeah.
And as
You might
well,
have
said
one or
none of
two.
them are
No,
left.
there's
No,
one
but
or
no,
two, man. There's one or two.
This is the thing. If our dads and granddads had the options we had today,
Had this conversation today. You know.
Wagwan.
Talk the thing. Talk. I said that,
They
brother.
couldn't just slap. They can go out. They can go church. They can go church and see some baddie. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
that's
once
it.
they
Once you
leave,
leave church,
that's
praising the
it.
Lord
You
for the
can't-
wrong things.
you
That's
can't.
it. But now they can go church and then go to the church Instagram, go to the story. There she is. They reposted her.
know, that's
sliding
what it
the
is.
up.
I'm
Hey,
telling you.
What did you think of the service today? I'm
Yeah,
telling you, it's
bro.
that easy now.
Bro, I know what
that easy.
brother. I know a thing where she went for a meeting with a bank manager, talked the thing with him the whole time, business, whatever she wanted to do, left. My man looked it up on social and hit it up.
I know
These
them
times you've
man
seen
there.
all the finances,
I know them man
knows
there.
all her business, everything.
I know
Like
them
it's too
man there.
easy. You can do what you want.
I know them man that are finding them gal that they have one encounter with. You
Come
know
on.
them, mate?
I know many men like that. So the temptation's different. I had that same conversation today. A girl was telling me about, she's like, yeah, my granddad weren't like that. I said, yeah, but it was a different time because
Different
your granddad didn't
time.
have the exposure to all of these
Like,
options
brother, when you used
that
to
a
go
lot of
out,
man can't
you see, like,
handle
used to
now.
go out. You see, like back in the day, like the raving scene, yeah, and you might go to a one club like Trap, and you might see a one girl that you seen there, but you never got the number. But you're only gonna see her next time if she's
go
at
to
the
the
same
next
club
one,
when
yeah.
she's at the same club with you.
And you're happy when you
like,
see
the
her, you
scene-
know?
The scene, you get a scene where now you start to see certain people
Yeah.
regularly, but that is the only time.
Yeah, now-
man
now,
could
but
go
now-
on, like, man
bro,
could go on the
everything's
website
there.
or go on the
Everything's
Instagram page, see a picture she's tagged in it, or a brethren tagged there. Oh look, and then
Bro,
all of a sudden
forget
you
her.
can see them.
Forget
You get
her.
me?
You go on your phone, you go on anything. Girl, you've never seen in your life. You can access them now. Not
Yeah.
everyone's built to handle that, bro. Some man can deal with it. Some man are looking and saying, nah. You know, we've got
But
a
do you feel like
brother
that
on the
kind
set.
of? But do you feel like that access is developing more simps? Like you're saying, the guys that are willing to just throw money at
No,
girls
it's
to get them.
making people not care and just move
Yeah.
on because the replacements is just there.
You're not valuing relationships.
Yeah,
no
you're
more.
not trying to fight for
You're not
nothing.
trying.
Yeah, you're not trying.
you're
There
not-
you go.
you're
But
not-
that's what my conversation started with today.
You're not trying to fight for
it's
nothing.
the trying. It's
Yeah.
the going through the hardship and, all right, let's try and work it out. Now it's, things have got hard.
Yeah,
Let me-
it's dead.
She said, let me just go and chat to my man. I've got him on, he's on standby anyway. He's been all in my DMs from how long or,
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. There's options.
Yeah,
It's
but there's
mad.
always been
Too
options,
many
but now it's too
options.
many
Yeah,
options.
too
Everyone's
many
got
options.
options.
And that's
Yeah.
humans,
Everyone's
maybe
got
we
options.
weren't
And even
meant to have
like
such access. to
how I
people.
can say to you, you know what, my focus is not getting that because I know the minute my focus is, they're just there.
Yeah,
Like rice.
yeah. Like
They're just
rice.
I'm not stressed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Like
not
rice,
stressing
bro.
because I know. All right, cool. If I feel like
Anytime.
you know what, I'm mentally ready to take on someone new because I say all that stuff about the money things but my thing is this: like when I was with my ex, I paid for everything. We lived together. I paid for everything, right? But that's my missus.
Different.
If I'm just talking to you, trying to get to know you, I'm not paying for your shit. If
No.
if we're just on restaurant dates
Yeah.
level,
You can't
or
care
even
that.
just casually sleeping with each other, still I'm not paying for it because tomorrow if you go on a date with another man, I can't tell you anything, and if I tell you something, that means we're into something, but we're not into anything.
Yeah.
So once you're not mine,
And are you
I'm
doing
not
the
paying
same
for-
thing with that brother that you're dating as well?
Exactly.
Are you asking
Brother,
them for things?
I've got a thing in my mind all the time. Y'all can't have me or none of the man them in their phone as free food.
Yeah.
You know them way there?
Yeah,
I've seen them little things where, nah, brother. You have to,
yeah,
so no, we're not gonna, there's definitely a limit on the expenditures when it comes to those kind of interactions. You have to.
Yeah,
It's
so
different when it's
until
your
I'm
wife.
official.
Yeah, until it's your
Yeah.
wife, and by then she's proven herself. Oh, if you're smart, she's proven herself through the test of time. You know her caliber, and now you can be like, this is what I would like to do. And now you being your feminine, I'll be in my masculine.
but do you know?
But man, them are tricking.
I have to say both sides, but you know what
Them are
must
tricky.
annoy girls sometimes?
What's that?
Some girls, let's say for example, their stress is as deep as the electric meter's low, and they can't. If they top that up, they can't. They're moving money around from places they don't know, and you'll say to the girl, "Yo, I want to see you," or "I'm in London, I want to see you," and then you take a girl, sexy fish, and spend a couple bills, and then take her to a hotel that you spent another couple bills. They are thinking.
Could have been a food
Oh,
shopping.
That's
the
why.
man knight in shining
that's why
armor.
I say I get it. That's why I say I get it because they're thinking. But I could have just cooked you a food, come my yard, and you could have just given. You could have just helped. You could have just helped me, just like help, but not asking for the whole. Just help me.
But
Because
then I blame the guys because I blame the guys then because you're leading it wrong. You're setting off wrong. Like,
What? So man should have asked her, "Do you need any?"
no,
but you
forget
can't.
that. Forget that. You can't ask her because she might not say you can't ask her. But if the girl ain't got no electricity in her yard, why am I taking her as a sexy fish?
No, but you don't know though. Bro,
you
you
don't
don't know
know.
what people
Brother,
are going
struggling.
through. You don't know what people
If
are
she's
going through.
struggling like that, bro.
But there's enough
If she's
brother,
struggling
there's
that
bare
bad,
girl
I'll
out there
know,
struggling,
fam.
No, but
I'm gonna know.
sometimes, listen. Sometimes
I'm gonna kinda
some
know
people's
still.
thing is that they just don't know how to manage money. Some people could have like a 70 grand a year job.
No, I hear you.
They just
but
take and then they
I
go
hear
and
you.
get a
I've
yard
seen that,
that's
bro.
40 grand.
Bro, I've seen that. Bro, I've seen that first hand.
So now
I've
you've got 30 grand, and then you've got
I've
your,
seen
and then
that.
your
The outgoings are
expenses, your
crazy.
outgoings is fucked.
Yeah.
But now
I've
you're
seen that.
fucked for the whole year until you get a new place.
Yeah.
So you're fucked now.
Yeah.
You know.
Man, them shouldn't be taking gal sexy fish from the jump straight away anyway.
Anyway, them years.
Kind of got to build it in a little piece. Because that's the pressure as well. 'Cause I'm seeing
they-
that. You know what I'm seeing that with the youngsters as well. This is why I got to say this as well, because it's like a pressure now on the guys to go certain places and do certain things. Like test it out, see what can
I
go
feel
on.
like that
Little
era is kind.
humble
I feel like
datings,
a couple
a
years
little
ago.
light,
I feel like
alright.
5,
Do
6
you know
years
why
ago.
people do it like that as well? It's because man them
Where do you go from there, though?
man them want to get to the source as quick as possible.
Yeah, of course.
So if you are playing the long game, which is like go somewhere calm, I don't know. Let's say like Nando's. It's just like
Can go
Or
go level
cinema,
above,
yeah,
like what Prezzo or something.
yeah, or
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like
Prezzo.
that.
Because Nando's, they're trying to do us
But
up
then,
with
like,
Nando's too much.
if you're trying to beat that night and you're just going somewhere
No, you ain't beating after Prezzo. lads.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
But I feel like
After
that there was 5, 6 years ago. There was a time where everyone was trying to do Novikov. Everyone was trying to do
they
all
was.
of that. It was just mental. Like it just then everyone that was the expectancy. Like you had to do it up. Do you get what I'm saying?
Listen,
but now
if you
I feel
don't
like
wanna
this.
do that-
Yeah, but don't risk.
Yeah, I feel like
I said,
it's
I had this
changed now.
conversation. I had this conversation with my son. Expect what they expect doesn't mean that's what has to happen. See what I'm trying to say to you? Like,
Yeah.
there's just what. Listen, there's plenty of people out there for you in it and for everyone. So I don't want people to feel pressure to like, yeah, this is where you have to go and this is what you have to do. Date someone humble then. Date someone that's in your price bracket or in your. All better. Date someone that's like, save your money. Like, let's just go and do this. She might turn around to you after 2 dates and be like, it's nice that you're taking me these places and all of that, but you know,
Are you good?
Yeah,
But
all
what
of
about-
that.
What about if you don't want a missus right now?
Yeah, then if you're just laying it down and doing your thing and you're big. Listen, we've all been there, innit? Let's be real in it. We've all been there. Then yeah, you're gonna do what you want to do to have the best that you could have still.
And yeah, sometimes man them just want to do it up themselves.
Yeah.
Certain
yeah.
time man just
Send
want
her,
to eat
send her
good
back to
steak.
her yard,
Yeah,
brack.
man.
And she's
Certain
got back
time man
home
just wanna
brack with
eat
her
good
back blowed
steak
out.
and stay in a
Yeah,
nice
but
place.
I'm telling you, there's girls you be shocked. They're not gonna say they're in them positions.
Nah, that's up to them.
Oh,
Man
yeah,
don't
that too,
care.
yeah, trust.
If you're talking the other side of the coin, man don't care. Man done got the neck in the car and sent it home. I'm not, but now if we're gonna talk, I would talk. Now if you want to get into that side, man done got the neck.
But if
Go
she
back.
need- if
Man
she
ain't even. She ain't got a yard. I dropped her back at her mum's yard.
This day and age in new school is mad, bro.
Brother, I know. But we can still stick with our ways and get through. But you can, because you're naps. I can, because I'm me. For the Doug can, because he's Doug. It's different. But some man, I feel for what's going on for the bros still. But it's just it's all a mad game. It's how you want to play it and what you want to get out of it, innit? It's what's your agenda. What you really, if you just want to listen, if you're just trying to get a beat, you can get that. You understand? Anyone can get whatever they want nowadays. That's how I'm looking at it, bro.
Yeah.
Anyone can get whatever they want
Society's
nowadays.
built like that now. They've
literally built
they've
like that, bro.
I don't know what's happened, but the moral compass is gone. Like these shows, like I don't know, Love Island and all these other things that let people know that if it ain't working, drop it,
everything.
switch it. Do you get me?
The algorithm,
Yeah,
everything's
all of
everything's
it. Tinder,
hypersexualized.
Hinge, all of that.
The gal, bro, there's gal selling Nash for £80, bro. One of the man them showed me the other day. I couldn't believe it. He's a man that's on that, and he's like, look at this site. Showed me on his phone. Brother, I see 2 gal on there that you might see. You understand? And they said,
but it's
they're doing the mad thing.
Look, all right. You also got to have these conversations, and for it to be accurate, you got to think worst case scenario from the girl's point of view. So if a girl hasn't got a job, she's got 2 youths. Yeah.
What is it? Where we going there? What would you do if your son was at home crying all alone in the bedroom floor?
And the baby father's not
hungry.
helping. I'm just saying, yeah.
But she's talking to you like she's letting you know all of these things are going on.
Let him finish, man. I know what he's going with this. Go on,
No,
go on.
but
Talk it.
Right, so she's got these youths, right? She don't have much money. Baby father's not helping. What is she supposed to do for money?
And the daddy's home. Somewhere don't go out now. In and out of lockdown. Brother, so what are you saying? Selling Nash is the old... I hear
not
where you're
saying-
going
no,
with this.
no.
As a hustler,
I'm not condoning that, but
Do what you gotta do,
what I'm
B.
saying is, it goes back round to when
But-
a woman
no, but
says,
my
if you're
count-
the man in my life,
no, my counter to that
help
is...
me with these situations.
My counter to that is I agree with you on the help me thing. As far as a lot of these girls that are selling pom-pom, Oh, they're not doing it for that. A lot of them are selling it. They've already got
No, I
lifestyle.
don't condone
They're
that.
a lot of them's already got lifestyle. They're selling it to maintain lifestyle. There's guys that selling
Yeah.
pum pum to keep up their Botox payments and their shoes and their lifestyle that they want to keep up. When in between, when they don't find a trick, you understand?
Yeah.
So,
I don't
But I
condone that.
understand
No,
what
we
you're
don't
saying.
condone
There's
it.
a lot of
But I hear
and I
you.
don't condone the girls that don't need it and say, right, I just want money just because.
I think it's hard. You see, like
game
the
is
the
game.
scenario that you said for women with 2 kids, like money's tight, trying to do what she needs to do. The options, it's hard work. It's hard. I don't know. Like for them, I can't really say like because you could say go get a job, but if they got 2 kids, one's young, you need
Exactly.
childcare, you need.
so what
like,
you say is the options for them?
So obviously, women like that or could be like, okay, help me, like
Yeah, asking a man to help them.
Help me with
But
this or
then,
help me with
as
that.
our generation
Yeah, fair
of men,
play.
as our generation
I
of
won't
men,
do. I won't do it if you're not my missus. But I don't look at them and
No, I don't write them off.
No,
But they shouldn't. But my
the
thing
one
is-
selling none or the one that just got
Yeah,
LV
yeah,
bag and this
yeah,
and
yeah,
that and that
mad,
and just
mad,
want
mad.
just because
Yeah, just for the
they're
sake of
entitled because they think that they're a princess. No.
No, but I think
Them ones, no.
good women are to get looked after still. That's my belief.
But
I think a good
you
woman,
know as well.
because and there's not that many good women, so good women are to get looked after and
Yeah.
appreciated. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
good
lie.
women,
I'm big
definitely.
on that. Like, I think a good woman should just be looked at because it's rare, and we're believers in what a good woman is. I'm sure, like yourself, everyone's got an ideal of what a good woman is and supposed to be, so we can recognize those traits. And I think if you manage to catch one or manage to see that traits in someone, you should look after them. Because the wickedest thing is the good woman won't even ask you for them kind of things.
No.
She won't ask you. You see what I'm saying? And I rate that. She won't ask. You'll see the vibes and you want to take care of her, but she won't ask. Women are strong, you know. You know how it goes. You've seen women on ends, they're carrying 3 bags, pushing a pram, and the next you in her arm. Women are strong, bro.
when you see them ones.
Brother, you ain't seen that.
Yeah,
You've seen that. Women are resilient, bro. Well, you're looking for one. Women are resilient. Women are resilient, bro. So when you
No, like how my mum raised me, my
Come
2
on.
sisters and my brother.
that's what I
Yeah.
was. You know when I was saying it, that's what I was kind of picturing in my
mum.
head. That kind of vibe, bro.
I'm
Mumsy.
thinking if that was me, I'd be stressing.
Yeah, we
Mumsy.
couldn't do it.
Yeah,
but,
man couldn't do
and it's them kind of women to get looked after, man. Them kind of women.
Yeah,
I've got to tell you
100%.
one thing. Feed your wife and starve these hoes, innit?
Yes.
That's my mentality. That's my mentality.
Big up the women
But I
that-
won't starve the hoes though. They can party with
You
the
gotta-
man. Them.
You got to feed the baddies pasta.
We're feeding. We're feeding.
You know.
Pasta from where?
Come on.
Dolomite or something.
Yeah. Come on.
Nah, but shout out all the mothers that are out here doing your thing. Like
100%.
really, yeah.
It's not
'cause
easy.
There's a lot.
not
There's a lot
easy.
out there winning, and it's hard out.
And for the
You get
women
me?
that feel like they're getting overlooked right now, because the good girls feel like they're getting overlooked right now, you know, because the baddies are out there. Baddies look like they're
I
winning.
hear that one all the time.
I hear it as well. Baddies look like they're winning still.
Yeah, but they're not really.
In
Do
the
you know
long
what
run,
it is?
it's a long game.
Or are they?
No,
Long
do you
game.
know what it is as well sometimes? You know, like you got some good girls and they're just like, oh, I'm not giving it up straight away, right? And then you got these.
It's all right. You can beat the other ones that are until you can think back.
Yeah, but the good girls get mad about that, right? And then you got these other ones that look decent. They might give it up early.
Don't tell them.
Then they end up just dating like these other guys. So the good girls will be pissed off thinking, why are you wifing these hoes? But sometimes I'm like, listen. So I'm like, okay, so if you're getting to know Jason, you don't want to give him none for how long? One girl said to me that. Not more than in the first 6 months. I'm like, all right, so how do you want him to please himself in those 6 months? Oh, he should have willpower to do it. I'm just like, all right, cool.
They're really thinking like that.
Yeah.
I just thought that it's just a conversation we're not gonna have.
Yeah,
you know the ones like, all right, cool. Yeah, I'll wait for you. Innit? Oh, you're not. Yeah, how you? Whatever, innit? Yeah, it is what it is.
Each to their own.
Each to their own.
Everyone will
Each to their
find
own.
what they're looking
It's the
for.
balance.
That's how they end up losing because these are like, let's say like these young footballers and stuff. Sometimes I know loads of these influencers. Sometimes I see the ones that they date and I'm like, Ross, but I get it. She looks the part. She probably gave you the nans early.
Yeah,
you lost your head.
Yeah,
And
you're
that's
locked
it,
in,
yeah.
and now you're locked in.
right now, yeah.
And a lot of these youths didn't get pussy from early. Like, see
Yes,
that man, them are
too.
trained, built, and forged in iron. Like, man,
Yes.
them's been there, done it, know the game. Some of these youths go from nothing. Now they got the big bag. They're getting pum pum. They weren't getting before. Gal they weren't getting before, and they lose their minds.
yeah.
Next minute, you understand? But speaking of that, what we saying? Daphne Joy, Diddy, freak off thing, Pete, mad.
I understand why 50's upset
50,
now.
50, you had to get onto her.
Yeah, I understand.
had to get onto her,
I
man.
see ZZ said something.
But that's
like
what I'm
today.
saying about the good. Sometimes you're better with the good woman. The
So
humble woman.
what what happened exactly with Daphne?
So Daphne's what 50's baby mum, innit?
Yeah.
But she was linking Puffy
For the free coughs.
for the free costs, getting mad, that jealous about what he's doing with other gal. And
But
all
was
of
she
this.
was she getting the multiple man thing like what Cassie was getting?
Yeah, she did get into one multiple man thing, but she was. I don't know.
Why
I
did-
only
why
saw
did he
a
watch his
story
with his
of
mask
one
and
where
that?
she
What
she beat three man.
And that's mad. I know Daphne knows. What, she was in the court.
I said I know her, you know.
She's
Man
there
like
now.
nappy,
She's
you
in,
know.
she's in the stand right now. But she sound like she's back in Diddy though. Hers
Yeah, because
don't
he's still
sound-
paying her rent though.
Yeah, he's still paying her rent. They had an agreement for 2 years or something. What 10 quid a month. So I get why 50's mad, because imagine if that's your baby mum, and you hear that she's gone over to the other side doing free coughs, getting brought down by 3-4 man just to make that brother happy.
That's why man have to be selective.
But did he's violating 50 by linking his baby mum, no?
Yeah, they don't get on. So I feel like it's all mind games.
But
for
she
them,
could
innit?
have been, she could have just been a girl, some girl out there like that anyway.
Plus
She
they're in
strikes
New
me
York,
like that.
innit? So if they're in the same
Yeah, she's
circle,
just on
going
the
to the same
scene.
clubs, she's on the scene. Maybe, I don't know. I'm
Who knows, man?
Who
But
She
knows?
said in the first line, I linked him, but I'm letting him know that my baby father is someone that he's publicly don't get on with.
bitches are spiteful.
They're
You know?
fuckery, you
Bitches
know.
are cold with it.
So
you
she
know?
knew that.
No, listen, all that hurt. See, that's why you got to be so
Yeah,
selective.
50
bro.
can't be mad at
Vetting
Puffy for that
process.
one still, because that you got to be mad at your BMs.
I don't think there's a way to know a girl wouldn't do that to you.
There's not a way to know 100%, but there's ways you can get a I don't know, man. I just think the test
you
of time.
end up getting yourself hurt.
The test of
I don't
time.
think it'll move now.
The
Me,
test of
me,
time.
I don't.
She can't be
See
outside
that?
for one.
Let me
If
tell you
she's
something.
outside,
I've traveled so much. I've seen so much. America,
Yeah.
Dubai, USA. Telling you right now, just be prepared to hear and see.
no, of course.
anything.
But bro, then don't
That's
get the
energy.
jealous outside.
That's how you don't get bun.
Yeah, but don't get the jealous outside, bro.
Like, don't make a
So when
difference.
you say we,
But how's
the
she
way
gonna
to
get
not
if she's
bun
not
is just
outside?
No, because listen, a gal
Anything can happen.
A gal can love you,
And go and get beat at work,
but when
bro.
you fall out with a gal, you don't know her dark side, and she don't know her dark side until her love turns to hate. And now you
Facts.
don't know. And now you don't know what she's
Bitches will do some
prepared
cold
to do
shit,
to you.
bro.
Yeah. So that could be. You don't know that. That could be a school teacher. It doesn't have to be.
No, it could be anyone.
yeah.
So now, but
anyone.
that's partly because of you as well at the same time, though. You've just said it there as well. You've
To an
triggered
extent.
Yeah,
you've
to an
triggered
To an
it.
extent, I've seen here so many stories. I just
But then
realized.
it,
I'm
goes
just
to show
saying,
that
bro,
if you
listen,
do grab,
I
if
don't-
you do bag a good thing, you got to hold on to it.
Yeah, but
I
I don't
think more culture. Like
Yeah.
see Latin girls,
Yeah. Loyal.
North African girls.
Yeah.
You piss them off, you're done.
Bad for you.
but I get what you're
From he
saying,
said
that's
Latin,
fiery,
from he said
that was fiery.
Latinas, from he said Latinas,
Yeah,
I knew it weren't going to
fiery.
be nothing good. I knew.
Fiery.
But yeah, they're good because you're good at them. I was engaged to one,
Well, Latina.
but
North Africa.
North African, but they'll love you stronger than the others as well. So that's what it is.
That's the balance. That
That's
strong
the
love
balance.
is what's
The
gonna
strong
is
love
what's gonna turn.
for the cycle.
Yeah.
The strong love.
Yeah.
Love you hard
That's what
to
it
the
is.
turn mad with it. You get
Yeah.
me? Yeah.
That's
To
what it
mash
is.
you out with it. Yeah.
Game.
You can't. You can't fuck up. Basically, you can't fuck them over
Nah,
because
Yeah.
when you fuck them over, their head's gone.
Yeah.
The love's too strong.
because you bond them because they're into you so much. You bond them so bad, or whatever that the hate just turns mental.
Yeah. I think we've covered it all today. We've given them hella game, fitness regime.
Yeah.
Everything.
I had another one, but I had another question, but we'll
Go on,
leave it
ask
for
it
another
if you wanna
time.
ask it, go
'Cause I
on.
was gonna say in order. You see, like you say, if you like you mash them up or like mash up their head and they turn mad. Does that mean in order for man them to be 100% like in it, dedicated, does it have to be that you're more infatuated with them than they are in you, or does it have to be a fine balance?
I don't want to be more infatuated than them.
So they have to be fully infatuated in you.
100. I don't know about. It don't mean that you
I
can't
don't-
feel a way
I
about
No,
them.
but what I mean is not
Yeah, go
necessarily. Not necessarily.
I don't want them- I don't want
because I don't
80%.
mean you being more infatuated in
I
them
don't
to make them for them to take control of you. But I mean, in a sense that for you to be like, because you said the fact that like if you piss them kind of gal off or you give them bun and whatever. So in order for that to not happen, do you have to be overly into them?
No, it's just got to
No,
work.
you just gotta.
If it works, then it's never gonna happen.
Yeah, just don't do it.
Yeah.
just don't do it,
Yeah,
brother.
It's got to work.
Don't do it.
I have heard that thing that, but
Yeah, all of them
I've just
statistical
not
ones, I don't know.
understood it. It doesn't make sense. But if it just works, it works.
Yeah.
And I don't want to. I'm not gonna wifey someone I'm half-hearted about.
Yeah, because I think she should be. Like, I don't want my woman to want me 80%, 90%.
No, she should want you 100%.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
there
You both
shouldn't
want
be
each
no
other
gap.
100%.
There shouldn't be no gaps.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're really into someone, there shouldn't be gaps. You see what I'm saying? There shouldn't. Because when they say that space that you're leaving is the space for someone else to slide into. You know what I'm saying? You know, fuck all of that.
That's a
But
bar.
anyway, we move.
That's a bar.
Yeah, I'm here for it, man. Alright, Napa,
Yo,
big up yourself.
so
Big
come on,
episode.
fam.
Appreciate you pulling up. Glad we
Yo.
could put it together, man. Iconic in the game. I'm glad people are getting to hear more about you as well. Because
Yes.
it's a legendary
Deserve
story,
it.
bro. You could write a book,
And
fam.
you've been doing this thing
You
for a
understand?
while, fam. You deserve
Yeah, man.
every,
So just big
every
up.
bit of success.
You deserve your
fam.
rating. You
Follow
deserve
the
your
journey
flowers.
from early.
And the journey's crazy. And it's still going on. That's the wickedest thing. You know, it's just started. You're opening the whole next chapter now. So, yeah, we move, man. Big up yourself. It's the Hustler. Big Dougie Doug. Napa in the building. We're done.
Rap.